What's up, everybody? This is the Crowded Room podcast with Alex and Jer. Tonight we got lucky Luciano with us. But first, some Switchblade Union.
Switchblade to a single in the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moonlight. You know they say when the stars in my eyes where they go running high. To be known when the lie when the union arises. Streetlight shining, you know my time's arriving. Out when it's dark cause we midnight vibing. Midnight driving, cruising by flying. Living so fast, never think about dying. Pulls up in the dark and we hang out with the Batman. Scars on my knuckles cause we fucking with the wolf gang. Switchblade shining, night bright whining. Stars in my eyes when the moonlight shines in. Murder rap on my first track. Killing shit cause I've been begging. Suicide on the second, I don't care. Just accept it, knife swipe and you're doomed. Switchblade coming soon. Chills on your spine when we hide up to the fucking moon. Still shine bright, fast, bright. Make it eyes one, short now. Slice with the right sword. Blood on my fist, knife test. My wrist, moonshine on the blade. Just cruising through the mist. Middle in the midnight. Think twice about the motherfucking quick knock. Switchblade suicide with the wrist slice. Closed eyes won't rise when the sun's bright. Switchblade serenaded in the moonlight. I look to the fucking sky cause the moonlight. You know they say when the stars
Gentlemen,
eyes where they go running.
welcome back for once again your favorite podcast of the week. I'm Alex and he's Jerry. You're listening to the Crowded Room podcast live every Thursday night. We've got our new guest here, Luciano. What was your last name again? I'm sorry.
It's Pavarotti.
Pagnotta.
No, Pavarotti.
Pavarotti.
Luciano
Oh,
Pavarotti.
okay. Pavarotti. You gotta put your fingers in the air when you say it. Yeah. Yeah, you gotta toss a pizza in the air. Yeah.
I've known you for 10 years and never knew that. It's just been Luch.
There we go.
I like to kid around. No, it's Pagnotta.
Oh,
Pagnotta, right?
right. I did just read it, but I couldn't. I knew there's a G somewhere.
I just say Parmesan every time.
Hey, you know, Parmigiano.
Luciano Parmigiana.
I've been called worse. I think
Yeah.
this is good.
That's okay. That's okay. So we're here back again Thursday night. Luch is in. You've got a long list of shit you want to talk about here, but let's open it up and just tell everybody how you're feeling. How was your day? Are you happy to be here? You happy to meet us? We're really happy to have you. We've been trying to get you on for a long time now.
He's been eluding us for months.
Since
but
like the first Karm episode.
the stars finally
Yeah.
aligned.
Yeah.
There's no freedom convoys this Thursday.
Man, I tell you, it's just, it's just, Jeremy and I have been, we just going back and forth.
Right. And how do you
It's
know
so cool.
Jeremy?
Well, through Carpet Superstore and
Right.
and your brothers.
I
and
used to work for
family
him.
and- yeah, no,
Right.
He taught me how to set tile.
Hey,
Oh,
Before I knew how.
he was your apprentice. That's right.
Oh yeah. Well, I knew your dad was already setting that up, but I thought to myself, I'm like, yeah, right on, man. Like, let's do this, right?
Yeah.
Because if you can't show somebody else your skills, I mean, what good is,
Yeah,
like, what are you?
exactly.
We got to start passing down things to our next generation. I mean, nobody really knows how to do a hell of a lot, right? I mean, it's
Mhm.
just you got to learn. You got to learn what the trades are, and I think, I just
And give
I
back a little and teach the community.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. And so that, and we started doing that, and the next thing you know, we're like,
He starts his own company. And yeah.
and I'm proud of him.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I really am. I'm just proud that people actually, I could take people under my wing and we can,
Yeah.
it's an honor for me too. And it's at the same time, I love their family, right?
Yeah.
You know what the most important thing is? It's not about me and how we know each other, but how's your grandpa? He is a
Yeah.
classic.
I
love
know,
him.
right?
You guys had him on here.
Yeah,
we
he's been
did.
on.
I'd love to have him on again, but the problem is he's going to tell the same stories.
Yeah.
Like it's going to be exactly
And we'll
the
have to
same as
act
the
like we
first
haven't
one.
heard him before, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
No,
We
I
can-
know. We might
When
just
you
have
get
to
to
do
that
that.
age, man,
Yeah.
I can't wait to that. I can tell that story every single
Exactly.
day.
I think you've earned it by that
You
age.
get
Right?
it, man.
Yeah.
You guys almost have to have a cutout of him. That's what I got to do. I'm going to get a cutout of him. If he's not here live,
Oh,
you guys
like a
bring him out.
cardboard?
Oh, yeah, you got to put him in the room.
Grandpa
Every
Dave,
podcast,
hey.
man.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
He is a beauty.
Another thing we got to do is get a guest book.
Guest book
because
for
we need
people to sign. A big
Yeah.
problem with having Grandpa Dave over is he didn't like climbing up those stairs.
Well, we'll do a living room
Yeah,
episode next
Yeah,
time.
that's the one that he's.
We're on the
special
second
guest.
story here, and he had a hard time getting up those stairs. He's 90 something, isn't he? Like he's
Yep.
yeah.
I think I've known him for 30 years.
Okay.
Your grandpa. Next time he's here and stuff like that, please invite me because
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I love him, man.
He's
a beauty. honestly,
Sounds
like,
good, man. I'd
right?
love to.
You-
Yeah,
you'd like
man.
to be, okay?
Oh yeah. we'll make
For
it
sure.
happen.
Yeah.
he's-
It would be
Uh,
nice to get him back on. Yeah, but we'll have to set up some different situation or something because that was pretty hard
You
for
know,
him.
I
So-
gotta do a plug there just for that,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
I think that's really what's missing in today's generation, honestly. Like, and I'm gonna do a shout out to some of the people that are running for city council. But before
Yeah.
I get to that, I honestly think that we've really missed the. That's why I say, like, you know what, get your grandpa in here because he's got, even if he tells the same stories,
Yeah.
the crowd's gonna, everyone that's out there, they're gonna love that, right? I mean, because it's just he's 30 years ahead of us, 40 years ahead of us, or you anyways.
Yeah.
You know? But I mean, you
Oh,
know what I
yeah.
mean? Like, I think we've just really
He-
missed that.
Yeah.
That I love hearing stories from their generation. Honestly,
Exactly. And
it's a
that's how
missing
people used to
thing.
learn lessons and stuff. Now everyone's staring at the internet with
Yeah.
all the information in the world. Back
Yeah.
in the day, that's how you learned was from your older elders.
Well,
Ancestors, man.
Ancestors,
Ancestors
yeah.
is the way it is. Those are problem solvers, man. I'd be like, I was in a at Camp Hope last week there, or whatever like that, and there was a doctor in the room, right? And everyone's talking, they're doing their thing, and I just
Mhm.
look over to the doc. Hey, doc. I said, what do you think? And all of a sudden, everyone just went silent because they forgot about him. That he's
Yeah.
a doctor, man. This guy is brilliant.
Mhm.
And he started talking, and everybody just went silent. And that's what we do with our ancestors, right? We've made them silent. Let's bring them to
Right.
life, man.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
beauty, man. This is a stage for them.
Dude, the chat, we got so many people in the chat. I
Oh,
feel
wow.
bad ignoring them. We got Shay, Davey, Michelle Freegirl. Hi,
Lenny's
so glad to find out about this podcast. Sean, Lonesome Lenny, that's our fan from just south of Boston. He's an older fellow. Greetings from
Lenny.
south of Boston, as he always says. And he says, when you were talking about my grandpa, he says, I like the handful of oats down the ladies'
Yeah.
pants story from Grandpa Dave. And you know what, Lenny? That's everybody's favorite. I'm with you on that one. So yeah, who else? Cassandra there. Y'all look so cute. And Davey,
That's right.
best men's health advice ever. Long time,
From-
Lenny. Good to hear from you, Lenny. Glad you're here. From Cassandra.
Right on.
Okay.
Yeah, man.
Well, yeah, we
Caught
got
up
these
in the chat.
We got
Let's
these
hear it,
new
boys.
shirts here.
Oh yeah, let's
from
explain the
Luch
shirts
today.
So Luch showed up with some gifts, which
Yeah.
we always appreciate you guys from
Yeah.
our guests.
Yeah.
Tell us what these are for, and then we'll get into the tequila.
Where do these come from? What's the United
Well,
Freedom?
Well, United for Freedom is basically it's uniting a lot of the patriots in this country. I mean,
Okay.
obviously, like I call myself a freedom fighter. We just put some stuff together, and I think we've all been red pilled for a long time. We'll go down
Right.
that. We'll go down that. I think we've
So
got 2
you're-
hours to go into that, but
You're an
Yeah.
advocate for anti-mandates.
yeah, all that
Yeah.
stuff. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? Linda from Club 1177. I mean, she stayed open right through the entire mandates. And
I'm not sure what
you know,
Club
That was
1177 is.
what club was she before?
Lambda?
Lambdas? Yeah,
That was Lambda,
Lambdas.
And then she changed the
Oh, okay.
She changed the name to a Club 1177.
Really?
She stayed
Okay.
open when she wasn't supposed to.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
there's just all of that whole thing. Like, we've lost 2 years of our life of segregation and division and stuff like that. And so when I seen what was going on with this group and this movement, and I just I resonated to it.
Yeah.
Right. So of course I'm part of that, and we made up some shirts, and Kelowna actually has that same, it's a torn up, if you can look, the Canadian flag is,
It's torn
it's
and
been
tattered.
torn, it's been tattered. And this is basically
Symbolism.
This is really where we're at in this country. I mean, people, we're still in this right now. And you know, there's a lot of hurt, man. I'm telling you, man. I just came back from Winnipeg, 8 days on the road. We drove to Winnipeg, and
that was a freedom convoy.
It was a freedom convoy. It's pretty
and
much
that just happened because a lot of people don't know about it. Why don't you tell them from the beginning?
It was just a big gathering. Nobody really likes to talk over
in Winnipeg.
You know how these phones are, right?
Yeah, they'll get you.
Put these things, get them out of the room when you want to talk. Because next thing you know, if you're talking backpacks, I got backpacks covered up on my phone.
Right,
they're horrible.
You just think about it and it pops up.
So we just went out to Camp Hope, and I was 8 days on the road. We drove to Winnipeg. If you've never driven across Canada, I'm telling you, man, it's gorgeous.
I've never done it.
Really?
You get past the Rockies, honestly, like you kiss the ground. You kind of do that to the Rockies, and then you get into the prairie.
That's where it gets good.
And you just go straight.
No, that is dodgy because you're driving
and you don't want to fall asleep.
I could see that dog. I guarantee it's 10 kilometers away.
Yeah.
I can see that dog way back there. You know what I mean? Like it is flatter than flat.
Yeah.
But wow. I tell you, I have utmost respect for farmers, and they were in their columbine, and of course right now they're haying, they're getting their crops ready and stuff like that. And every time we drove by them, we'd be honking and stuff because that was the convoy to Ottawa. Right. It was the convoy to Ottawa, went all that way. And there's flags along the highway still. So we drive by, we had a convoy of about 50 vehicles heading to Camp Hope in Winnipeg. And we drive by, and even the truckers even have the Canada flags, and they've actually put them on their trucks and their stuff. Like I'll show you some pictures of some awesome, but I think the farmers, you know, they're just, this is the backbone of this country, man. And then they want to reduce the fertilizer consumption by 30%, which means when they talk about food shortages, which we can get into, but I got lots for you guys tonight, man. But I'm just telling you, I mean, the thing is we got to stand. I mean, these shirts here, you know, we sell them when we do our rallies and stuff like that. They're out there. You can get the merchandise. Yeah. We're putting right now, I got to tell you this, I'm so excited because I don't know if you heard that song Truck Trudeau.
No.
Truck Trudeau.
Yeah, it's awesome. We're going to find it. We're going to play that, man.
We
Truck
should,
Trudeau.
yeah.
So
I can find it right now.
Yeah. So Holton, he's a good friend of mine. He's a family man. He just got married. He's a young guy and he's a rapper, and he's a freedom fighter like us, right? He was there. I'm holding on to the baby, and he was up there on the stage. He's a beauty, beautiful. Shelby's awesome. Holton's awesome. Jeremiah is just the family. The baby's just you know, she fell asleep in it was just awesome. It's just a good feel. Let's have a good vibe or something like that, right? But
he's from Prince George.
No, he travels around. But anyways, Truck Trudeau, he's doing the thing. And
how do you find that's the name of the song?
Truck Trudeau.
Yeah, it's not good.
Okay.
We'll find it, and I got it on my pod thing.
So you were gone for 8 days.
I was gone for 8 days, so thank goodness I didn't have to work or anything like that. I just took the time off, and it's something that really matters to me, right? So of course now, I mean, I could just tell you all kinds of different things.
Yeah, please do.
So anyways, the thing that sort of evolved, which I like for me, you know, like I had a health food store back in the day, right? 2003 to 2008, right? So we're cutting edge, man. I mean, blue collar, cowed. Here I am.
Right.
Live blood analysis and
pH tests,
and stuff like that. And just, I don't know, we just had a lot of fun with it. But I learned so much. Like a lot of people are like, man, I'm so scared to do things. And I'm like, you know what? Throw yourself out there, because that's when you perform at your best. In my opinion, that's when you perform, right? I mean, it's almost like you were duking it out with a fighter or something like that, right? Oh, you're going to try your best kind of thing, right? And it was like that. So anyways, I used to travel the country with my health food stuff and my nutrition, because I love good doctors, real doctors that want to build you up and make you so that you can live at your optimum level, right? And then
independently,
right?
Just,
it wasn't just in that, in that matrix of that box. And if it doesn't fit that, so we knew about that model. We didn't want that model. It's a broken system, right? That's called the sick industry, right?
What, you don't agree with the food pyramid? Come on.
This is a box he's talking
How many servings of bread should we have each day?
No, it's so you recognize that as you grow, and and a lot of people are just like, oh, you don't know nothing about wellness, you don't know nothing about this and that, and I'm like, why don't you surround yourself with the people that do know?
Right, rather than calling down people
you
that
don't
are
have
looking
to be the
for
expert.
it.
You just have to know a lot of experts, right? And so that's kind of where I've got to this point in my life. I think it's prepared me to where I'm at right now. Yeah, because I'm still traveling, and I did interviews with. I'm going to do a big shout out to PG Real News, because that's what I'm involved now, and I go live. So
and is that new?
Yeah. So what happened was when we were doing this and
Yeah.
we're out there and we're just letting people know, we're letting them like, you got to wake up, man. You guys know what's going on.
Yeah.
Right. And so this movement really is bringing that to the forefront. A lot of people, oh, you're a conspiracy and you're that. And it's just like, they just got to bitch about something.
Right.
Well,
We're just outside of the legacy media. Like,
yeah. And if you're going to listen
grass.
to
I got a
legacy
hat
media,
for you.
Yeah.
For your first day.
Yeah, that is
Okay.
awesome. But you know what I mean? The legacy media, it's gone. Like if you're watching the
Right.
news
Yeah.
nowadays, you're behind. These guys here programming. And so we just decided like we're getting torn apart.
Yeah.
In, like, the typical ones in town here, right? So we just said enough's enough. Let's just do our own. And then so that's where that evolved.
So are you talking about like Druthers or whatever it was called? Druthers,
Yeah,
like
Druthers right now
Druthers.
is that paper. They're doing a fantastic
Are they?
job right
Okay,
now,
yeah.
and so a lot of people they're out there and they're putting them in mailboxes and stuff, just trying to wake people
I
up.
get the
because-
occasional one.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah.
They're good read. I think they're worth about 10 cents a copy.
Oh, normally they're just handed out
okay.
for free.
They're
to me.
handing them out, so
Yeah.
people are out there just trying to wake up the masses to let them know, like, if you've been following mainstream media and you're following the government and you're thinking
Right.
that these guys are looking after you, man,
Right.
find me, come talk to me. I'll have a coffee with you and I'll wake you up, because really,
Right.
Yeah.
you're
There's
going down
one-
the wrong
it reminds
path,
me
man,
of,
I'm telling you. CBC is the worst.
Right.
And we got called out on that, to be honest with you. During the election, they were saying, well, there's no way that Justin Trudeau is actually paying. So if you go to Rebel News,
He does. He bailed them out. of
Rebel News had
bankruptcy.
the list. They had the list. And you go all the way down the list.
Yeah.
The Citizen was on there.
Yeah.
That they got funding from the Liberals.
For sure.
And then you go on there and then you see the CBC. CBC, obviously, we all know that they've been bought
Yeah.
off, right? So the narrative is already being programmed, right? Whenever you watch them, they're telling you how to think, man. It's
Mhm.
Well, it's not just
horrible.
them.
Like,
it's
bad.
not just them. Like if you look into where they get a lot of their stories, they're not even original content. They come from the Canadian press.
Absolutely.
So like any of probably every single news organization on that list gets stories from the Canadian press. So whenever
Yeah.
you look at the Citizen or whatever, and they talk about COVID and vaccinations, look at who wrote it. That's a big thing.
Absolutely.
It's just
You'll
talking
never see a
points, yeah.
journalist. It'll
Yeah.
just say
It's
it'll just say
it's
it'll say
regurgitated stuff
produced
that's
by the
coming out.
Canadian press.
Right. I saw
Absolutely.
one.
Yeah.
I think it might have been Australian news, but I saw a post today saying organ transplants are getting rejected primarily by people with that took a vaccine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Rejected. Yeah.
But this is on mainstream
Ouch.
news now.
Owie.
Yeah.
Hey, real
That's
quick. Sean says, "Stay close to the mic, Luch. Hard to hear
All right.
some of
Oh,
what
all
you're
right.
saying."
Thank you,
Um,
Sean.
also-
Hard to hear in Italian. Wow.
Yeah.
Hey,
Weird.
weird.
That's a new one.
Can't you
Yeah, okay,
read my
man.
hands?
Hey, can't you hear? Hey, new or old world exploration. What up, Luch? So I don't know who that
No.
is, but that's his
Thank you
YouTube
for your
handle.
comment.
He must know who you are.
Right.
Yeah.
New World.
And
Right
Davey
on.
says Rebel News
Man,
is good
it's-
reporting.
Yeah, I
and you
was
know
gonna
what?
say,
Rebel
that's-
News. I like Rebel News.
That's
They
what
are,
the real news kind of reminds me of.
Yeah.
It's the small time. Is there anywhere we could find real news?
So
Are
yeah, if
they
you go
out
onto
yet?
Facebook,
Yeah.
and just put in PG Real News and hit the follow button.
Yeah.
Just follow
Everybody
that.
do
right? So
that right
everyone-
now.
You can actually see that PG Real News. I wore this out at Camp
Right.
Hope. There was 2,500 people across Canada that showed up there. We were probably
Yeah.
expecting around 8,000, but there was some bad publicity kind of going on. People were
Oh.
scared. They're like, "Oh, you're going to jail," and I was
They're
telling-
gonna
I was
break
telling
you
my
down the
daughter,
door, yeah.
my little daughter, she's 14. I was just like, "Yeah, well, Dad might go to jail, but it's worth it for the next generation." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm one of those guys. You know what I mean? I can't. I just know too much in my brain now, and I just want to share it with people if they're willing to listen. Some people are just they got the blinders on and they're thinking that,
Right.
making all the cash and the money and forget your family and just
And at this point,
it's horrible that thinking
Yeah.
like that, man. This is not where we're at in our society.
No,
right now.
that's what I'm saying. At this point, they're making martyrs out of people more than
Yeah.
they're holding them down. Like
Yeah.
you're not going to go to jail forever. If you do go to jail, it just makes a story for a
Yeah.
bigger platform.
Yeah, that's right. You know,
To
what?
pick
I sure
up
hope that
done
doesn't
with it.
happen. Why
Yeah.
would you go to jail though?
Well, because I mean, if the UN agenda comes in now under Agenda 2030, we're going to go off like into the little
Yeah.
bit. But if you go on the Agenda 2030 right now it's steadfast. It's probably all of this stuff, the destruction of Canada, destruction of the United States,
Mhm.
especially with the Democrats in there and the liberals. My God, if you can't see what they're doing right now, they're gaslighting
Everybody.
everything.
Everything.
All at once.
Right. So the
yeah.
food shortages to, the gas prices and stuff
Yeah.
like that. We can go into Christina Freeland, and Elliot had yelled at her up in Grand Prairie
Yeah.
and stuff like that. I met the guy. Guy's a
Yeah.
beauty, man. What is he out there for at Camp Hope? This guy's out there, for the next generation and for other children out there, for them to have a better life and stuff like that, right?
To
People
still have rights.
they just want to be
yeah.
left alone. I think a lot of people wanted to be left
That's
alone.
that's just it. Just leave me the fuck alone, please.
yes.
Justin Trudeau, don't do
Yeah.
me any more fucking
Yeah.
Don't.
favors.
No, he's
Like-
such a goof.
Don't
man.
do
I can't.
anything else for me.
And I think everybody outside of the greater Toronto, I think the greater Toronto, everybody, like, it's so funny how that whole side there, they're just liberal wingnuts, man. I'm telling
Right.
you, like, I
And they're
hate
so
to say these
loud
things
that
like
it makes
right?
it
It's
seem
just,
bigger.
everything from that point this way, where, I think there's a lot of good, there's just a lot of good patriots, a lot of good Canadians and stuff. But,
For
Mhm.
sure.
I mean, I just tell you there, I do want to do a shout out to all the frontline workers. That, to me, when I look at this shirt,
Mhm.
United for Freedom, I think of the people that were coerced
Into
taking
working.
this medical procedure. And I can tell you, it's a medical procedure, right? All the
Mhm.
doctors and the interviews that I've done, go on to PG Real News. You'll see the Dr. Daniel Nagassi. I just interviewed him on Sunday night. I can tell you some stories. Remind me about this, because they killed the Wi-Fi for 2 days.
oh, really?
It was unbelievable. I've never been in a place where they killed the Wi-Fi, but
That sounds
anyways,
like North Korea. Yeah.
yeah, this is Canada, and they killed the Wi-Fi for 2 days. There were trucks and everything on the highways. There's a 5G tower just down there, probably a kilometer away. I'm thinking, how do we get? There's no information coming in and out for 2 days, right? But anyways,
Great.
I do want to do a shout out to all the frontline workers, and the people that have lost their jobs. You know what I mean? I think you've got people that were RN nurses that
Yeah.
went to school and they studied hard. The sacrifices, a lot of
Spent
them were
money.
like single dads, single moms.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? They didn't go out. They didn't go out with their friends. They studied hard just to get that accreditation.
Yeah.
And then they went from hero in 2021 to now, being mandated that if you
Conspiracy theorist.
don't take that
Yeah.
medical procedure, which is an experiment, right? And they didn't take it, and a lot of them lost their job, and they're still out. Even a lot of the
Mhm.
doctors that I know of, that I talk to, they're out. They're some of them. They're on the circuit. They're going around. We're actually bringing them in on Tuesday night. Dr. Robert Hodgkinson. He's
Right.
coming in. He's going to be at the
Where's
university.
this?
This is up at the university.
University. Okay.
Yeah, Laura Lynn and
People
Sean
can attend
Taylor.
this.
Anybody can attend it, right? You can go up. I'm going to interview. I'm setting up the interviews right now. I'll read
Right.
some of the bios.
Tuesday
He's one of
when?
the 7:00 at
Okay.
UNBC. You can get a hold of me afterwards. I'll
Mhm.
you know what I mean? I can tell you the exact room, but there'll be so many people there. That auditorium is going to be filled up and all that kind of stuff. But I look at these shirts, and you guys wear them proudly, because I got mine underneath.
Oh yeah.
I got mine. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to take this hoodie off here pretty soon, but I got mine underneath, and I just look at, and I could tell you some stories about
Hey, anybody want to see that hoodie come off? I know how to make that happen.
Let's do it. But anyways, yeah. So
Tequila makes his clothes fall off.
they lost their jobs, and
Right.
some of them I know them. They're painting fences, they're building, they're doing construction just to pay
Right.
the bills, man. Come
Well,
on,
and
this
some
is
of them
crazy.
were like just on the
It's crazy.
doorstep of retirement and pension and all that. And
Yeah,
if you say
thank
no,
you.
you lose all that, or
Yeah.
you get a severely reduced pension.
Yeah.
Right. If you don't time out at the full term of it.
Sheriffs,
so-
the list goes on and on.
Yeah,
The people that have
firefighters,
firefighters,
yeah.
it just breaks my heart. I'm self-employed, but I look at the ones that actually said it's either my job, the union ain't protecting me.
Yeah.
Nobody, the law system is not going to protect me. I've got 2 kids. I've got 3 kids. I got a family. I got mouths to feed, man.
Mhm.
And so I just want to say a shout out to them, whether you've been vaccinated or unvaccinated. As Canadians, I'm going to stand up for everybody. That's what I'm
Yeah.
going to do on the
And
front
end the
lines, man.
division.
The division, the
Yeah.
segregate. I'm segregated right now, man. I'm pure blood.
Yeah.
I'm proud to say it. I can walk around. I'm pure blood.
Yeah. There we go. Hey.
That's our
Right.
live audience. And
Yeah, so-
cheers
Thank
to
you,
that,
thank
Luch.
you.
Yeah.
Ladies
Salute.
and gentlemen.
Salute. Prost. Givio.
All right.
That's a gift from Luciano, by the way.
That's right. He brought us
And,
some nice tequila straight out of Mexico.
Hint,
Oh,
hint,
man.
wink, wink to all our future guests.
Love
Right
that tequila.
on.
Good tequila.
Thank you for
Anyway,
that.
good, Pleasure
Old
for being
World
on the show,
Exploration says, "Bring it, the Italian stallion."
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, not tomorrow, Tuesday, you're having this this thing with the doctor. What was his name again?
Dr. Robert Hodgkinson.
Hodgkin's
So I just
son.
actually
Where's
met
he
him
from?
in Edmonton.
Yeah.
He's based out of Edmonton.
Okay.
And he's a pathologist, and he's just got credentials. Like, it's crazy. I got it written down there, but we won't. Anyways, yeah, for the general public, if you want to show up, university, 7 o'clock,
7 p.m. Tuesday night.
one of the rooms, just come up there. There's going to be tons of people at 7
Yeah.
o'clock. They'll direct you to the right little.
That's
right
really
area and stuff
interesting,
like that,
honestly.
right?
Yeah.
I love truth. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's everything is. I've been telling people, even my daughter, she's 14 years old. I'm like, babe, I go, you know, it's a theater now.
Yeah.
I mean, everywhere you go, you're theater. It's a
virtue
theater.
signal. It's one giant virtue signal.
You know, it's serious and everything like that. But my goodness, I never thought I was going to be that guy that was going to be sort of, you know, on the rooftop and saying, hey, you know what? You know what's going on? Like,
yeah.
wake up, man.
I
We
knew.
need to stick together as patriots of
I
this
used
country,
to think
man.
it was the 2012 Anunnaki shit, and I was like, oh, well, might as well max out credit cards and, and go on vacation because this ship's sinking.
Yeah, yeah. You,
And then
you know
Alice is
that.
like,
you
"Oh,
know.
someone stole my identity." Actually,
Yeah, weird.
Here's my ID. Take it. There you go. Have fun tonight. Okay.
You're just as fucked as me. Yeah.
No, but
Like-
the agenda 2030, I think is really it's getting pushed up, right?
Yeah.
'Cause he knows that he's got a lot of pressure on him, right? This coalition that he's got
And
going
it's
is crazy.
so drastic. The idea of getting that much changed in that little a time, is going to be so drastic that I think you're going to literally have to enforce it with guns. Like, I
Which
don't
is scary.
think
Whoa.
it's scary. Yeah, I don't think that people are going to turn around and say, sure, here's all my sovereignty in 8 years. It needs to be a collective thing that the world says, oh, this is a positive change, and we're going to gradually, incrementally take steps towards it to get it to zero emissions, zero COVID.
How about
well,
to add to your point? I know how they're going to get it done. I think it's in Winnipeg. They just got this huge new facility built with interrogation rooms and all sorts of things.
Right.
It's for the ECC.
At the threat of being shot or starved in jail.
Oh
or
yeah, no,
something,
but this
right?
is the ECC. It's like the fucking ecological
environment. It's an environmental camp. So
Environmental-
what they're doing right now, and this is straight from a lot of the people that know what the hell is going on in this country, right? They're actually building that camp is going to be there, but they're bringing in thousands of environmental police officers. So what they're going to
that's
do
what
is
I'm
these
getting at.
people that are going to have these bylaws. So they're going to have
That's
the
right.
police and the bylaw. They'll be able to go onto farmers' land and they'll just be like, yeah, we're just going to test you
With like
water.
billy clubs.
Well, no,
or something, I
Oh,
heard.
no, they're all going to be armed,
Yeah.
but they're
with guns.
going to have guns and everything like that. But
Wow.
they're the environmental police, man. This is already unfolding. It's not
Yeah.
a conspiracy or you know, people are like, what the
Let me
hell
see
is
your
this guy
fishing
talking about?
license,
So-
motherfucker.
So that guy
Yeah.
that you were talking about, that guy Moose that yelled
Yeah.
at Christina Freeland or whatever.
Yeah.
The reason why she was on this side of the country in the first place was
man.
to sign a fucking document, which is actually what Luch is talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah.
It's so they can seize people's farmland under the guise of saving like 200 elk or something like that, or caribou, sorry. And so basically, like your farmland, if it falls in these certain areas, either you have to let it go, like give it away, or you have to like do all these things. You can't farm on it anymore. Like they've decided in order to protect the caribou, all these people, their farmland is fucked now.
Yeah.
So either give it up or don't use it, kind of thing.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. So a lot of people are like, well, Christina Freeland, the deputy prime minister, was up in Grand Prairie. Good
Yeah.
for her.
Got
Like,
told
this is
off.
awesome.
That chick just
And then
looks creepy.
Elliot, and he's a beauty. You wait till you see the pictures of him, man.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a father, and all he does is he just cares about this country, man. He walked into the city hall, and Christina Freeland with her entourage, they were walking through. It was perfect timing, and he just said, "Christina." Well, go on YouTube. You can actually see
Oh, I
it.
saw
It's
it.
great.
I've
man.
watched it several
He's a
times.
celebrity. Everyone's hugging him, parents, kids. They're just so happy that somebody's standing up. This is the problem right now. And I don't want to go too deep into this because I get emotional, because we've got a lot of males that are roaming around. We know there's a lot of males out there, but where are the men? Where are the dads? Where's the dads, man? I'm telling you, man, it just breaks my heart. There's no, like, we're on the front lines and I'm like, do I need to be on the front line? or do I need to be at the cabin with my family?
Right.
I'm doing this for the next generation, right? Vaxxed or unvaxxed, we've been lied to. It don't matter what side of the fence you've been on, man. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you're absolutely right. He was up there, and it was a perfect timing, and he told her to just get the hell out. And exactly what you just said. So what they're doing now is to protect the caribou up there, they've got a certain amount. So what she's going to do is she's going to make it like tenfold the amount of property up there, like the hectares, to save the caribou.
Yeah.
Well, where are we getting all of our oil right now? In Canada.
Saudi Arabia.
Well, yeah, that's good. But most of it's coming from Alberta. If we can do it, we're self-sufficient. This country is
Not enough
self-sufficient.
But we don't.
Right.
We don't
so if she
refine
does
it.
that. So if she does that, right, to protect the caribou,
Yeah.
now the farmers can't go on that property, and at the same time you can't go and get more oil from up in that region, right?
It
So
makes this so we have to import not just more oil, but more
food.
food.
Right. So when they talk about the shortage
resources at
and
once.
rely
right. So when they're talking
heavier.
about shortage, most people are like, "Oh, there's no shortage." What they're getting at is the farmers have been reduced now from the fertilizer by 30%, right? So what happens is they can't yield that what they used to do 2 years ago or 3 years ago, right? Because now they have less fertilizer, which means the prices of everything in your grocery store goes up. Who gets pinched on that?
Yeah.
The middle
Us.
class.
Yeah.
The poor are always going to be poor. The elite are always going to be the elite. But the middle class is where they're going after, and that's what they're doing right
Yeah.
now.
Hey,
you
so
actually-
maybe Christina Freeland is actually a good guy. And maybe she has our best interests in mind.
Maybe.
Tell
She's
me.
thinking about the future, right?
Maybe it's a
She is.
coincidence.
When shit
She's
goes
like a
down,
super
And we
villain.
got to hunt. We need those caribou. When shit goes down and there's no
Yeah,
more
man.
food at the grocery store, we're gonna need those caribou. So
Yeah.
hey, maybe she's
Maybe she's
thinking
on to
for the
something. Yeah.
future.
Yeah. Thank you, Christina
Thanks,
Freeland.
Christina.
No.
I'm
I
gonna
think
I'm gonna
at
stay
that
on
point-
Moose's side and tell her
I'm
to
just
get
kidding.
the hell out of
Yeah.
Right.
get out of
yeah.
Alberta. He says.
I'm with
It's
Moose.
awesome.
Yeah.
I think the point
I'm with
is
Moose,
to cultivate reliance.
Yeah.
They want you reliant on
Absolutely.
them. Big Brother can solve all of our problems.
Not just us,
yeah.
but the country. They want the country
yeah,
reliant.
yeah. I
Because-
don't mean us.
It's like, yeah, we have to like import all these things now, you know,
Yeah.
like
Import-
more than we were
and-
before when we don't need to in this country.
Right. And if you don't like it, you can go live in the wood, go build a cabin in the middle of the woods and hunt
Yeah.
every meal you ever want.
They'll-
Right.
They'll
You-
get you
they'll
eventually.
eventually,
That
or they'll
parallel economy, a lot of people are like, well, let's build a parallel economy. We could live out in the woods and stuff like that. Well, I don't know if you've seen this, but there's a lot of drones.
yeah.
Yeah.
And they can
just come
find
over
you.
and they'll
Oh, yeah,
spray
they
that.
can
They'll
scan it.
spray all that stuff, and you'll be like, oh shit, forgot about that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
So
They can fly.
and
Yeah.
another thing I found out with this whole thing Christina Freeland's doing about taking the land away for the caribou population. No one actually owns their land in Canada. Do you
Right.
know that?
No, yeah,
oh
yeah.
my god, I
Yeah.
just rode for 20 hours with Doug Force out of
Right.
Alberta, man. He talks about exactly that.
Yeah, you don't
You
actually
don't.
own.
It's called
you
crown land.
You only own
around
the
here.
top foot of the property.
Oh,
They
yeah,
just
yeah.
dig you up and throw you away, and then they own the rest.
Well,
like,
because like in America, the public lands, people own like a part of the public lands as
Yeah.
a whole, but in Canada, it's crown land. Like you're not even allowed to camp on it. I don't think you're supposed to camp in designated
it's-
spots.
you're supposed to. I think you can camp on crown land. You just can't camp in the middle of nowhere
Can't, like-
in like a park area. Like for example,
like,
like
squat.
anywhere in Jasper. Doesn't matter if it's like a park where people are going or the forest. You can't park or camp there. But
Mhm.
however, if you like drove down the highway like half an hour or an hour and then like went into the bush, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure you can camp right there.
I think
Oh yeah.
like legally you could stop and sleep, but you can't like set up camp and like
Can't live there. But I heard something
Mm-hmm.
if you set up like if you build a cabin out in the woods way out there and you have it for a certain amount of years and you can prove that you've had it for that long, you own that land.
Yeah.
Apparently.
in
Apparently.
Canada.
In Canada.
Yeah.
You only own the top foot of soil, but which means you pay extra taxes
Here,
on your
I got-
basement.
I got these 100 square kilometers.
It's really in
Yeah.
depth. Doug Force, if you guys want to know more about that sovereignty land and all that kind of stuff, it's really in depth. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
I really haven't dove into it with Doug, and he actually was my co-pilot when I was driving and stuff like that across Canada. It was beautiful, but driving
Right.
across to Camp Hope, anyways, and
Yeah.
it's good.
And
Yeah,
you turned
it is.
around
It's
at
really
Winnipeg.
deep, man. It's deep. I can get you guys all that information and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
I'd love
It
it.
is
Yeah.
so good. But I think we've got a lot of work before. Like, I don't know. For me, it means a lot listening to that kind of stuff. But I think we've got a lot of work to do before that, and we need to support we need to support each other. I mean, we've torn each other apart. That's why I look at these shirts, and that's why I brought them for you guys there tonight, because I want you guys to wear them proud, man. I mean, telling you,
there's
a lot of people that are hurting
on the wall after
there's just a lot of people like I met some families, and they're just like, you know, like they're their grandparents, and because they chose not to take it, and they're purebreds, and their daughter took it with the 2 kids, and then she inoculated the kids and stuff like that for protection, you know what I mean? And and they did that, but they're divided. They won't even let the grandparents see because they're not inoculated with an experiment. It's so sad, honestly. My heart breaks for them. And
the one thing they have in common, one thing they have in common is both sides are just doing what they believe to be right.
Yep.
It's true.
To believe to be safest.
It is. Yep.
Yeah.
And the problem is, like, people hear things and they think they know everything. You know what I mean? And then they go, "No, you're wrong for believing this. The news didn't say that." You know, it's just like anyone who looks farther than the news. And I mean, honestly, when has the news been the ultimate source of information? Like they've always lied. You know what I mean? They've never been trustworthy.
It was designed to do that. Like before there was news, there was the guy riding through town, the Herald, right? Like
the British are coming.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it was designed to streamline this and make people know, like, hey, a nuke's coming for fucking San Diego or something. Get down. But it's just been corrupted and taken in such a weird direction. So in principle, in theory, it's a great idea, but it's just so corruptible. It's so easily tarnished.
And the evidence is so compelling. So here's what I did. I talked in front of the 2,500 people that were in Camp Hope. There's 25 in there, and I just I said Dominic Sinelli is a really good friend of mine. He's a paisano, right?
Italian?
Yeah, not with Dominic. Hey, Dominic Sinelli.
Hey, Dominic.
Sinelli.
Anyways, no, Dominic's a beauty guy, and Dominic came actually. How this all came about with him is we were doing the trucker event down at the CN Center at the end of January and stuff. You know, like when all of that was going on, when Ottawa and stuff like that. And Dominic gave me a call. He's just like, man, he goes, I got to get involved. Like, well, what am I going to do? And so I've got lists of stuff going on. I need people to do this, doing that kind of thing. Right. And I said, Dom, here's some radios, take care of the hardware. I said, we got about 80 rigs coming in. I said, you know what? Like we need this parking lot. I don't know if you see the pictures of the drones. Yeah. The parking lot was full. Sorry, Cougars. We filled up the parking lot.
Right.
Something they can't do anymore.
We filled up the parking lot, man. There was so much hardware there, man. It was like so beautiful. And these truckers, awesome. You know, they couldn't go in the States because they had to be inoculated. Do you imagine that? Like, you know, like a medical procedure in order to say that you're clean and I'm not clean. And you know what I mean? Like it was just so stupid. But
on top of the ArriveCan app.
Yeah, ArriveCan. Well, yeah, it's just silly. But anyways, Dominic did a great job out at Camp Hope. He put that all together, right? We've got some good power, strength, West. At Camp Hope, it was all the West.
Okay.
It was just like movements out of Vancouver, movements out of the Okanagan, movements out of Grand Prairie, which I got to tell you, back to Grand Prairie, the most armor, and I'm talking armor, like any of the like ammunition, guns, and all that stuff. When Justin Trudeau said that he was going to ban the guns and stuff like that, guess what? There was lineups.
The farther north
he was the greatest salesman of guns.
Yeah.
For that whole week, they broke records, man. People were buying ammo. They're buying guns. And like, oh shit. Didn't matter how much it was, man. They were just getting ready. Like people are ready. Like the most amount is only
going to go up.
You're not going to go up to Alberta. You're not going to do it. I'm going to guarantee you that there is so much stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
People are, they know what's going on up there.
I'd like to see
there's a lot of money too.
And there's a lot of money. These farmers are beautiful, man. A big shout out to the farmers. I love every single one, man. I'm telling you, we're driving by and they're in their columbines on the highway and we're honking the horns and they're just like, they're all waving. It was something else, man.
Yeah, I'd like to see those environmental police go up to northern Alberta and try to swing their dicks around because it's not going to work out quite as well. Southern BC, sure.
Oh my goodness! Right. You take every single one out of Vancouver.
Vancouver.
They're like, here, take me.
Like, we're sorry we bought them.
We're so sorry.
Yeah.
Can I get a Starbucks?
Yeah. Literally, here, can I trade my gun for a macchiato?
For a latte,
not a Canadian latte, but a Americano.
Yeah, please.
I'm Canadian. I'll only trade it for a beaver tail.
But yeah.
Luch, here's a random fact. Alex's girlfriend, actually, Cassandra, was actually messed up by the vaccine. She has an autoimmune deficiency because of it.
She got an
I remember that.
injury. She only had the first one.
Mhm.
Her sister's a nurse and was really interested in her getting the vaccine early on.
As well as her employment was interested in.
And
Sure.
ultimately her
For sure.
employment never pushed it on her. But like for me, not at all. I don't care. I'm so young and already healthy. If I was 50, maybe I'd be like, but at 30 and healthy, there's no way at all
Yeah.
that
Good
I
for
would
you.
care. Right. When
Yeah.
when the pandemic first landed, I was in Thailand and it was the Chinese New Year. So there was Chinese people left and right. I came on a plane from China. And so if anyone had it, I had it. Right. And there weren't
COVID hotspot.
there weren't dead people on the ground everywhere. Like,
I'm impressed though. You're actually still alive
and after all of that.
Remember, they're just like, oh, the unvaccinated, you're gonna die. You guys are gonna get this. You're gonna get that. Well, if we look at the real facts right now, it's all of the people that are double jab, triple jab now, and quadruple jab, because everyone's like, oh my God. I'm like, what are you, a diabetic? Like, what are you, a junkie? Like, what do you need? Justin Trudeau's got 11.
One more jab.
He's got 11 for every man, woman, and child in this country. People are like, oh, no, that's another conspiracy. That's not fact. No, he's got it. They bought it, right? I mean, so you should be dead, actually.
I should be dead.
You should be dead.
Yeah. You remember when Trump
Right?
was saying how China knew about this and they were letting planes come through the international terminals? I was one of the people in there. When we landed, they herded us. There were people like when we were walking off the plane, there's people that herded us into a giant group. Yeah. Made us walk in a line to the international terminal, stand there for an hour, get scanned, get rung through and everything, not allowed to leave. Usually when you go to an international terminal, you're free. You just get off the plane. You can you can go walk around the city.
Not Air Canada.
No, this was in actual China.
Oh, that's
This is in Nanjing, China. They herded us like cattle through the international terminal and everything. Wasn't allowed to leave for 5 hours until I got on the next plane that took me right to Thailand.
And this must have been like, obviously,
this was January 2020.
Right as
January
it started.
2020.
Yeah, right before it started. Like a month before, it was like
that was the last holiday I took, was right at the beginning of that. I came home March 1st. Got off the plane on the 29th from Mexico, because they were wearing the masks at that time.
Right.
And that was the same kind of thing. We'd come back and I'm like, what's going on
here?
Man?
Yeah.
Like, what?
There was still no masks. It was going to China. So people like wore masks left and right. But I was like, that's when in China, normal. You just wear a mask, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So Cassandra says, I have Hashimoto's disease. So that's from that's from one shot of the vaccine.
Yeah.
Literally only because her sister and her employment like asked her to do it. And she works from home and her employment still said you need to get vaccinated.
Yeah.
So like,
I'm going to tell you a stat there, because I know some doctors there, and it's going to be a really rough day for me.
Real quick, I was just curious, do you know anyone personally that's been affected by it?
By a vaccine injury?
Like injured,
I just witnessed it, man. And I just want to say that, it's important to recognize people that are vaccine injured. So before we go onto that one there, I'm going to come back to this one here. So what we're going to do,
and she's listening. She's in the comments.
Anybody that's out there right now that has been vaccine injured, tell your friends, tell your families. The risk to reward is it's just not. It's not there.
It's not worth it.
The reward is not worth it.
And she's part of a class action lawsuit.
Yeah,
right
so
now.
good.
That's
awesome.
I think she said part of several. I think she's part of 3 different class action lawsuits.
Yeah. So what we did, and I spoke about this in Winnipeg, is I said to people, I grabbed the mic and I was just like, "This is what you're gonna do." And I said to Dominic, because Dominic's like, "Quit yelling at the people," and I'm like, "No, it's called passion, Dom." Right?
Yeah.
And he's just like, I go, "It's Italian."
I was gonna say, he's Italian. What do you?
Come on.
That's how he talks to people.
Anyway, so I'm
I'm
in the mic and I'm telling people, I'm like, "This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back to Prince George." The evidence is overwhelming. You got Bonnie Henry's emails. They've been public. Everyone can read that. I mean, it's like the Fauci reports. And
can you give us an example of like one of the most damaging emails that came to light out of that?
Oh man, she knew what was going to happen and transpire like 2 years ago. They were already prepping what was going to happen right now. They were
That's what it
ordering all
shows.
this stuff.
Because
It does. Her
actually,
conversations were in there. You can. It's
I
public
actually
knowledge. You
didn't
can-
know her emails came out. So
Her
just
emails
knew
are out.
things.
We've got that in the package that we're actually giving to the RCMP in Prince George here.
Right.
We're if the upper brass doesn't see us, we're going to be protesting in front on Victoria Street there because there's too many people that have been vaccine injured. So so your girlfriend, she's more than welcome. We're going to open up a file.
Yeah.
So anybody in Prince George, let them know that any vaccine injured can go into the detachment and say, I want to give you my my testimony, and I want that to go into that file. So we're going to compile. We're going to have lists of stuff. Anyways, the VAERS report is overwhelming. You got Dr. Bonnie Henry's reports. Then you got the VAERS. Did I say the VAERS? Pfizer report. The Pfizer report.
They just tell on themselves.
They're telling
but no one
you.
reads it.
Like it's just like if it was so good, why were they coercing? Why should your choice? I mean,
if you have a good point, why do you need to force people to
they
comply?
forced
that's just-
people and they coerced children. Come on, talk about pedophilia. Like, what the hell are you guys doing?
Right.
Ice cream to kids that have to take a medical procedure. Come on, man. We're going down
more
a
than
road here, man.
more than forcing. Coercing is a better word because it was almost like they implemented a social credit system just through how people judge you. Like if you didn't bow down and toe the line,
They told people how to think about
you were less of a
that's right.
person. And it was as if it was like the Black Mirror social credit system because nobody wanted to be around you. People thought less of you if you didn't follow the rules. So it's force. It's like psychological warfare more than just like you do this or I'll kill you or I'll get up against the wall. You'll get ostracized.
It's crazy the way those people think though, because like the people that fall into that, they hear that they're like, oh no, I can't hang out with this person. I can't go outside. I can't go to church. I'm not religious. I don't give a fuck. I'm, whatever.
Don't block them, though, like,
but you can't do these things all of a sudden. Right. And we were talking about it last week. One of my customers a year ago, when I went to her house, she's wearing a mask. She's like, are you vaccinated? All these things. Right. Following the public health order 100%. And now here we are, a year later. And she's like, well, I'm afraid to go to choir at church. And I said, why? Well, COVID's still a thing. And, there's 40, 50 people with their mouths wide open singing. And I said, this is no joke. And this is like a family friend. I was just like, well, do you believe the public health order or not? She's like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, if they didn't think it was safe, you wouldn't be allowed to do it. Use their logic against them, right? They believed the public health order 100% last year, right? So this year, when they say, hey, everything's okay to be open, you can go do stuff, you can go to choir, it's safe, she's still afraid. So I told her straight up, I said, you don't get to pick and choose when they're right and when they're wrong. I said, either you believe them or you don't. You fucking 100% believed them last year. Only when they tell you to be afraid. But now they're telling you everything's okay and you still want to be afraid. People live in fear. And
a lot of people fell into complacency too, though.
Just
like you lay off a lazy kid that wants to play video games, he's not going to protest it. He's going to sit there and play video games. They're looking for
an excuse to not. And that's just it. They're looking for an excuse to feel that way. And I think that was my final point, was like, some people just want to be the victim. Some people want to live in that world. They've been told the one thing, they've been told COVID's real. Now they want to be afraid of it. And it doesn't matter if the government tells them it's not real or if it's safe to go out again. It doesn't matter to them. They're already afraid.
It's just such a sad situation, But anyway, so what I was saying to the people at Camp Hope was the same thing, right? You can go back to every community across Canada and go to the RCMP, do exactly what I'm doing. I said to him, like, don't reinvent any wheel. Just follow me. Follow what I'm gonna do, because Dominic has the papers. We've got a lot of the people on PG Real News, and we videotaped it and everything. And we went to the front door, and if they don't see us, we show up again. And we just keep showing up, because if they're not,
it's worth it.
It's worth it. That's right, man. I just keep thinking about, the forefathers, and I mean, everybody's got grandparents that served, and the veterans and stuff like that. And I just think, my goodness, I mean, you remember those young kids, like these young guys, 18 to 24 and stuff like that, man. we got it good.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got it easy, man. These guys were in the trenches, and
Literally
they were
getting shot at, and none of
getting
us even
shot at
left
and stuff
home.
like
by
that. And they were just
24.
trying to do that for the betterment of what I have today. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah.
So I keep thinking about, your grandpa's. That's why I come back to your grandpa, man. I mean, those that's what built our country, man. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I want a month for the veterans, man. Give me a month for the veterans, all the
Right.
people that have served over in Afghanistan.
We're getting
PST,
one
like
day.
these guys are suffering, man, and then they got to take that to stay and do whatever now to, like they fought. I got my buddy. My buddy served in Afghanistan, and to
Okay.
get a job, he's got to take an inoculation. I'm like,
Yeah.
he just served in Afghanistan. The hell you want him to do for now, man? He just 3 tours,
Yeah.
and you want him to take now inoculation?
He's risked his life enough.
He
Like,
did
yeah,
enough,
yeah.
man. But I keep thinking of our veterans, and I'm like, it's raining out there, and that flag right there, and that shirt. You guys
Yeah.
wear them proud, because I tell you, there's a lot of people that we're hurting nation.
Yeah.
We're trying to bring people together, and when you see us on the side and stuff like that, honk the horn, pull in, grab a hot dog, talk to some people, man. But I come back to you when you talk about the vaccine injury. I did a job, actually. I was doing a tile job, and I was on a job site, and her face was like, it was down here like this, like it
Bell's
was down-
palsy.
You nailed it, man.
Yeah.
It was Bell's palsy, and I just said, I said, you know what, I don't want to, I don't want to be rude, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, I'm on your job and stuff like that. But I
Mhm.
said, like, what happened? She goes, well, this was from the first shot. So her face on her one side, her eye was droopy down here like this, and her face was
Yeah.
down. If you've seen Bell palsy,
Yeah.
it's
Luckily,
kinda like
it
that, right?
does reverse sometimes.
It does.
Yeah.
But here's the kicker on that. They coerced her to take the second jab.
Wow.
Still.
Even though her
Still
face
that
is
she had
almost-
the Bell's palsy.
They're like, you still got half a face.
I know you make $300,000, but really, come on. Like, you really got to lie to their face like that? She's been injured already. Why would you have to coerce her now to get that second
Yeah.
one?
So you heard of that guy who got paralyzed from the first shot, and they still said he had to take the second shot.
Yeah.
His girlfriend actually got an exemption. The only person I've heard of
Wow.
to get an exemption. That's very rare.
And the job since has quit mandating it.
Yeah.
For
But the
citizens.
doctor,
Yeah.
the doctor,
The damage
gave
is done.
the
Yeah.
doctor gave an exemption, which is huge, because
Yeah,
that doesn't have to
they're
do
not
with their
even
job.
allowed to
That
do
has to
that.
do with the
Mhm.
fact that they actually could prove that her autoimmune disease came
Yeah.
from the vaccine.
Right.
So she has a legit exemption, and
Wow.
like, dude, I just feel like that just needs to be highlighted. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that's a big thing.
And I mean,
most people don't get that, even when you're
No.
paralyzed. Like
No.
I was just saying.
No.
Yeah,
But
they
and,
do.
and in the initial days, it was brave for people to take the shot, right? Like
Yeah.
no one knew what was going on. We thought we were actually helping people. Call it whatever you want. I was willing to risk my life to sit around and see what happens, right?
Yeah.
But for the people who
Yeah.
did take it initially in the first like 6 months, you're brave. You're an astronaut going out to the wild
Yeah.
unknown, right?
Yeah.
Now we know. Now the dust is settled.
Yeah.
Now, you can't sit there and tell me you need this for your own good when
Mhm.
like people aren't dropping dead because they didn't get it.
Yeah.
Right. Like there's no kids dying, anything. Old
Oh.
people were going to die anyways. Old
Con-
people die every day.
Contrary to what the
Yeah.
government wanted to tell us
Yeah.
and make us feel like last year, remember, for those who are unvaccinated, look forward to a winter of death and sadness. And remember the
Yeah.
United States
I
government.
just saw that again.
The fear.
Oh my
I
God.
saw
I couldn't
another
believe they
one.
put that out last year. That's
Yeah.
like that, we've never been in an era where the government had a chance to cross that line even.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. You're
Yeah,
literally
I
just-
appreciate you guys, man. I'm telling you, this is I'm at this point in my life right now, and I tell you, like, it's good to have intellectual conversations with people
Right.
like yourselves like this, and you guys are actually
Yeah, buddy.
talking about this on a regular basis, because I come back to we've torn families apart. It just breaks my heart, man.
Mhm.
I heard the stories, and then when you're talking to me about, like, have you seen vaccine injured? Well, I did an interview with Dr. Daniel Nagassi. It's on PG Real News. Scroll down. They cut the internet. Listen to this before we get to that. They cut, so we got there Friday night, and there's
Mhm.
like a lot of these big wigs there, like these guys that are like right into the movement. you'll see the thing. When we went live, it was 2 hours.
Mhm.
And I knew it was Friday night. We got in there and the energy was beautiful. It was just all like this. And I said, oh man, what are we going to do, man? And of course I'm ready. I'm looking for opportunities, right? I'm an opportunistic kind of thing. Right. So I'm looking around and I'm like, there's Moose, there's Red Dog, there's Dominic, there's Art. You know, I don't know if you've known Art, but Art went to Ottawa and he's got this big dog. It's called Dozer. It's just a massive dog. I think he's like 200 pounds. He's a freaking small little pony. But anyways,
What kind of dog?
oh, he's just like a bull mastiff. He's just a huge freaking dog, man. Like he's and he's just a gentle giant of a dog, man. He's a beauty. So I thought to myself, man, what am I going to do with all these people? I got all these like-mindeds. I got to get them in this room. So they have a beautiful room there. And so I called it the saloon room, right?
Yeah.
And it's just like it's a room with couches and stuff. And it's just a social room, right? And I'm just like, camera over there. We get the boys over here. And like, next thing you know, I started getting everybody in that room and the energy was just off the wall. Like, it was awesome, right? So that Friday night, I recorded that. That's on PG Real News. You'll see that everybody opened up, right? Before people started to hit the bottle, I thought, man, I gotta capture this, man. This is beautiful.
Moment. Yeah.
And so that's what we did. We got everybody in there. We recorded the thing, and then from there, Dominic, I gotta hand it to Dom, right? Because like I brought him into this movement back when I was talking, right? I brought him into this. Here we are, 8-9 months, man. The guy's gone across Canada back and forth like 3-4 times. A big shout out to his family, his wife and his daughter, because it's a lot of work when you're a freedom fighter, man. I mean, you know what you're doing. But anyways, Dom brought everybody. He was in the room too. He was, I interviewed, everybody was interviewing, and they kind of went from person to person and they were telling the stories. And go on PG Real News. You'll see it, follow it. You'll see that. But then the next day, Saturday and Sunday, remember I was telling you, there was a 5G tower, like a kilometer away. I took a picture of it. I'll show you guys.
Yeah.
You can see the 5G tower. Nobody could get the next day, Saturday and Sunday. Nobody could take a call. Nobody could incoming, outgoing calls. Nobody had Wi-Fi. I got a cell tower like right there. You had CSIS or some of these people that showed up. They were black vehicles with big antennas. They knocked everything down on that farm.
Wow.
Right.
I've never been like, I'm telling you straight out, man. I'm like, I've never been. This has never happened to me. I'm just a good Italian little boy over here.
And you hear about stuff like that
innocent. I don't know about innocent,
communist countries, right? Like China, North Korea. You hear that stuff happens.
Dude,
whenever there's a rebellion or a revolution. They don't want the word to get out.
Right? Man, it was powerful. So then I said to Dom, I'm like, oh, I hope that stuff made it out there last night, because I thought it was just a lot about love. I got my hat here. I think my hat says love right on it, right? Yeah, right there.
On the side, yeah.
Oh, on the side,
It's like right on the side.
Where'd you get that?
Holden, actually. Truck Trudeau. We're gonna listen to Truck Trudeau.
Oh, you're right. Whenever you find that,
this is his hats.
Can you send me the link?
Yeah. Okay. I'll do that once.
Well, we might do that one.
Anyways, but yeah, he was. I just never been in a place that actually shut down the Wi-Fi and the call. So if anybody had a heart attack or something, you could be fucked. You'd be fucked.
Yeah. You'd need someone to rush you to the hospital.
Like, are we really extremists for fighting and standing up for our country when other people are doing worse things around this country here? And then all of a sudden the freedom fighter people are. They've got to shut this down. Like, come on, like something. What's going on, right? But anyways, so that went out, and I think it went around the world, because you know how it goes with this, right? If Canada falls, they know they go after.
It's kind of the canary in the coal mine right now. Yeah,
the Americans know that, right?
Everyone's kind of looking at us like, oh, they're pushing it pretty far. Are they going to fall anytime soon? Yeah. We used to think like Australia, New Zealand were the strict ones. They've dropped everything now.
You're right.
It's
New Zealand just did.
Yeah. It's just Canada.
Canada's just
but
America as well.
Way to go, Justin.
I was going to say America as well, because like we can fly to anywhere that'll accept us, and America is not one of those places. So they're not there either, which sucks. Like there's still work that needs to be done there too.
Sucks.
However, there's certain states that would gladly welcome us.
Oh yeah,
it's the fact that as a whole they're not accepting us.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a lot of stuff. Anyways, back to the thing before I get to Alberta. There's some good patriots in Alberta. Big shout out to everybody, whoever's from Alberta, and them. They're beautiful out there. I love them. What was I going to say? Back to Camp Hope. Anyways, I think I got 1 million hits on that PG Real News. It went viral. It went viral everywhere. Yeah, it went everywhere, man.
The one you were on?
The one I put together in that saloon with all of the they were just beautiful people. I mean,
Yeah.
you see on the corner there, you'll see how many people. I mean, it went viral. It went everywhere. Dominic put it on 60 different platforms. It just blew up the next morning before they cut the Wi-Fi and stuff.
Yeah.
They're like, man, they're like, what did you do last night? I was just like, love, bring people together. We've been divided. I'm just like, that's me, right? Like, good Italian pasta maker.
Same
over here,
thing
right?
we always did. Just stop labeling it.
I've never once seen you make pasta.
Pasta carbonara,
Never
boy,
had me over for
arrabbiata,
pasta fagioli or
pasta fagioli.
pasta fagioli. What was Dean Martin's favorite dish? I remember when we worked together, I'd come to work. I'm like, look at this song I found. Like Dean Martin. Like, he's like, yeah, we used to listen to this a lot. Just
Before you were born.
Yeah, just all this Italian stuff.
He's right into Dean Martin. That's awesome. I loved it for him. I'm like, play that loud, man. This is beautiful music, man. This is good old tunes. This is the way
Especially
music
around
was.
like Christmas time, those ones, I like that a lot. Yeah.
What's the Italiano one? I can't remember, but I played it. He's like, oh, he just starts laughing. He's like, yeah, how many fucking dinners we listen to this to?
Good times, man. I'm telling you, man, it's good. It's good times. But anyways, yeah, we blew up the internet.
Yeah.
Saturday and Sunday, and then
was that just this last weekend?
Yeah, man. I just got home last night, man.
Wow.
It's been
Okay.
But anyways, yeah. So we blew up the internet on that one, and then on then I had Svetlana. I had Dr. Daniel Nagasi. Svetlana has Ezra Wellness. So anybody out there that needs ivermectin, hydrochloroquine, stuff that actually works. Ivermectin's the safest drug for 60 years. I mean, the cattle, the people that have farms and stuff like that, they've been using ivermectin for a long time.
Yeah,
I talked to farmers. They're like, yeah, this is the only way that when my cattle get sick and stuff like that, hit them with ivermectin.
When people got off the boat,
humans need a different dose than cattle, though.
But that's fine. That's
no, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
but it is either a liquid
wouldn't want
form
people to
or,
think we're taking
that's
horse goo or anything.
Yeah,
when,
that's right. I mean,
when
there's human
immigrants got
consumption
off the boat in Ellis Island, it was required that they took ivermectin. Yeah.
Really?
Human immigrants. Yeah.
Hey, what year is this?
I think it's still even going, but this has been like in perpetuity since they've had it going in like the 60s or something.
Because from my understanding, the guy who won the Nobel Peace or the Nobel Awards for it, like that was in like 2015 or something, wasn't it? I thought that was only like not even 10 years ago.
It's been around for a while. So when you come from like I want to say a third world country or just somewhere where the health standards aren't as good,
they hit you with the ivermectin.
In order to get off the boat and come on to Ellis Island, New York, you have to be inoculated with ivermectin.
Okay.
And that was standard medical procedure for the longest time on human beings. And then all of a sudden they're trying to say, no, this is horse paste.
Yeah.
Well, it's one of the few things that you can put in your blood and it'll kill the parasites, but not you in your blood and other organic material.
Yeah. That's what you want to
It's a very
yourself.
Special thing. And so the fact that they demonized it over the last 2 years, it's like a very safe thing to take as long as you're not taking a cattle dose.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Some people were having the lining of their fucking intestines come out because they were taking cattle doses and they thought it was worms coming out. They're like, look, I'm cleaner now. There were some bad things that happened too.
Yeah.
That being said, it wasn't because Joe Rogan or whoever else said you should do this. It's because people, they didn't have access to human doses.
They took it away, right?
And
they took the supplies away.
So the dumber half of the people who couldn't get access to it went to the cattle store and fucking bought the cattle version.
Yeah,
right?
that's right. Because that's all you could do is you could go to
I know
Horse in the
somebody
Sky,
who did
go
that
get your
in town.
stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
So they say you could just water it down and whatever, but you don't have the instructions. You don't really know like how much to water it down.
It is a very inexpensive. Like you can go to anyone coming out of Mexico. Everyone's just like, hey, you need some vanilla. I'll be like, oh man, I need some ivermectin, dude. And it's cheap. It's cheap.
What? I don't even need ivermectin. I'll just have COVID. I'm okay with that.
Fine with me.
But it's nice to have in the toolbox. I go back to the toolbox if you're sick and stuff like that because I got no time to be sick. Nobody likes got time to sick. So I'm like, now I'm just like, it's part of my regimen, right? I just throw the ivermectin in there and it's.
Well, you're
it's
getting close to
inexpensive,
the
right?
danger age.
Oh, I know.
The timeout. Now my mom's 63 and she's still fucking kicking it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Luch, he's got to worry about the ivermectin.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you gotta
just in case.
keep that thing.
You're
on
not
you.
overweight.
So
though.
anybody that
Yeah.
needs ivermectin, man, you can get it. They're bringing it in from India and they put it together in Canada, and you can then you can get. Oh, that's my brother there. It's coming.
Okay, we
Perfect
got-
Sleep
yeah.
Solutions is in the chat. Hello, boys. Get Luch. Take another shot.
Get
Good
Luch,
call.
take
Good
another
call.
shot.
Luch,
Who
what's
was
this?
that?
How do
Who was
this?
that?
I don't know.
You got Finning calling you. That
Yeah.
was Perfect Sleep Solutions.
Yeah.
PG. Whoever that is. I've heard that before though. Perfect Sleep.
That's like
Solutions.
a fucking brand of mattresses or
So
something.
the guy's still logged in on his company
Nice,
page.
nice.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, you need to log in to your
Sir, get
personal
off it.
page
before the goddamn internet blacklists you.
Yeah.
Get off quick.
before they cancel Perfect Sleep Solutions. Yeah, no.
Yeah, man, it's something
Maybe
else.
we'll
It's
try
something
one.
Well,
else.
Luch,
Let's
either
do it.
way, he wants you to do another shot.
That's too bad.
so-
We should have answered your call on live air here.
Yeah, that's what we like to do here. You answer calls on the show, Luch. That's how it works.
Never mind. Right on.
See, he had enough tequila. The hoodie
Yeah.
came off.
And I really appreciate you showing up here, Luch, and giving us these shirts, bringing us
Hell
tequila.
yeah. I'm putting my shirt on the back wall.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should get a little frame or something.
Yeah, we'll put it back
Yeah.
there and it'll be a part of the show.
Sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta get that. I gotta get this fro. Look at this hair.
There you go.
Dude,
You've always had
You've
that.
always
hair,
had
yeah.
that curly.
Crazy, look
I
at
always
that.
thought my hair was curly. Yours is like curlier than mine, even. Oh,
Locks.
and
My-
right now, I ain't curly, but
My mom,
All
she's
right.
so funny. She's in the senior home there.
Yeah.
And she lost her vision, and I still look after mom, right? So I pick her up
Yeah.
on a weekly basis and stuff like that, right? But so she lost her vision, so I take her hand, I get her into my hair, like she says, like, you gotta get a new haircut. Go get a new haircut.
What are you doing?
Like, what are you talking about, mom? I'm like,
oh shit, I just took mine.
oh, did you?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking. Go ahead.
Cheers to everybody out there. That's all I'm gonna say is these guys are beauties, man, and I appreciate you guys inviting me. This is a long time. I think you've
Long
been
time
texting me
coming,
for a
yeah.
while. Yeah, it's been awesome.
Perfect Sleep
Salute.
Solutions says this is
Yeah.
Dominic if it doesn't show.
Dominique.
So that's
Dominique.
Dominique, that's your friend.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Dom, man. He's a beauty.
Is he?
Oh
All right.
man, he's
Shout out Dom.
Big
At
shout
Perfect
out.
Sleep Solutions.
Paisano.
Oh, Lenny
He
took
supports
off.
freedom.
Thank you, Lenny, for supporting us.
That was like half an hour.
Yeah. Okay, he's gone.
Yeah, no one's commented for like 20 minutes.
Oh, okay. Well, right
Sorry,
on.
guys. Yeah, we've been diving pretty deep.
No, that guy.
No,
he's
no,
from the
sorry.
East Coast, so it's late.
Oh, is it?
And he's,
He's
like
3 hours
70.
ahead.
He's like 70 something years old.
Oh, is he?
So it's like midnight for him.
Yeah, it's like 11 midnight,
Yeah.
and he's old.
That East Coast time, man, it just messes you up. I'm
Yeah.
telling you,
Right.
that
You were
extra
just
3
over
hours-
there.
I know.
Yeah.
It does. It actually, it's just like the day just seems to just cook by.
Right. Right.
But
right,
you know,
right.
your algorithm, I think in your body and your system or whatever like that, it's just like we were there. I'm
because you want to be up at 5
Yeah,
a.m. or
yes, man.
something over there.
like,
Yeah.
3 a.m. So
And you
then
do
I'm
the
like,
math in
okay,
your
we do the
head,
math.
yeah.
I'm like, technically it's 1.
Right.
Kind of watches that, Luch.
Nixon.
A Nixon.
God damn.
How's that?
It looks a little too much metal for my wrist.
Oh, no. You know
There's
what?
too
The
much
battery,
there is what I'm getting
the
at.
battery died. Do you know what I did?
What? You just don't care. You just wear it anyway.
No, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, all right?
Yeah.
exactly.
It's 5 o'clock right now with this tequila going on. Right
There
Lord.
we go.
Isn't that smooth though?
It's good.
It's
I
good,
really
eh?
appreciate
Very
it.
good, dude.
Beautiful,
Oh,
man.
my
And I
God.
hear
Hey.
tequila is honestly
Man,
healthier for
I
you.
love you guys, man.
I love you.
you,
Thank
bro.
you.
Man, this is beautiful, man.
I've been
This is-
doing whiskey, like the fancy whiskeys and stuff, but apparently, like listening to people who have health problems, whose doctors tell them, "Hey, you got to quit drinking." They're like, "Hey, that's not an option."
They find a way.
They tell you, the doctors then tell you to drink
Mhm.
tequila,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Not gin.
not gin. No, they
'Cause apparently
say,
gin is the best one. Like the cleanest.
Whatever you like. That's what the
cleanest.
doctor told you.
yeah.
Hey,
He
how
did
about
say whiskey?
my Dita, my Croatian grandpa? Every morning, you know, he doesn't have a toothbrush. He has a glass of whiskey. Just fucking
Wow.
Wow, yeah.
He swishes that.
How many
And then he
teeth does he
swallows
have?
it, actually. Yeah, I think he has one left.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, he lost all
Don't
his
do
teeth.
this.
I'm not saying this works very well, but it does kill some of the bacteria. You know, you still got to go to the dentist, which he never did.
My dad,
But
2 times in his life, the dentist. Yeah, he just
Wow.
he just didn't care to go to the dentist.
well, chiropractor probably never.
I don't think they didn't even know it's chiropractor. What the hell?
Yeah,
what the
yeah.
hell is going on? A chiropractor? What the hell?
My Croatian grandpa, he can barely move because his back's so fucked. I'm like, you should go to a chiropractor. You know what he says? Chiropractor.
No, yeah, you know what they did? When you got a sore back, they give you a shovel or the pick to get into that.
You dig your grave.
Go in the garden, get some things ready for the garden. Like the Bazidli are always ready. You know, the fava, right? Oh, man,
It'll
that's
help you
good,
back.
good living, man. That's
God
good
damn,
times.
man.
Italian living. Croatians say like same thing, right? Portuguese, Croatian.
I'm pretty sure they all showed up on the same boat together.
I think so, yeah. You know what? Big
Right.
shout out to those ancestors that built Prince George. And now that we're talking about
you mean my grandpa?
yeah, your grandpa, all of them,
And,
man. They came.
you
We're
know,
all multicultural,
You
man.
mean the
know what?
Rajus and the Verks,
Oh, whatever. You know what?
the Hares?
Yeah.
Shout out to the guys who built Prince George.
Well, that too. I mean, you know what? No, we gotta shout out to everybody, man. It don't matter, man. It's,
Yeah, I mean,
it's a good
be
community. I
thankful.
really think Prince George is
There was a
solid,
time
man.
when there weren't fucking paved roads out
Yeah.
here, right?
Yeah.
Like to get to my family's from Burns Lake.
Yeah.
To get there was a dirt fucking road that took you like 7 hours.
Yeah.
Right. And now it's 2.5. Yeah.
My mom used to tell me that the Heart was like a separate
City
town.
entirely.
And
yeah.
people from the Heart
Yeah.
would like pack up their shit into their vehicle and like come into the town for the weekend.
And it was probably a rough road.
yeah, that made a big difference. Well, it took 40 minutes
Yeah.
over the ruts and like
And in the
fucking
winter, it was probably fucking hell. Like,
Yeah.
it was like
right?
now it's
Yeah.
like a fucking the way
It's like
we
you're going
drive probably
forward
like
fucking
7
mudding.
minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah. From here, I just take foothills. Probably takes me 7, maybe
Yeah.
10 minutes to get up there.
No, we live in a good city.
We
and
do.
honestly,
And when
the
people
PG is
wanna-
cool.
people want to complain about like toxic masculinity, you like look around. Hey, like you like that building you work in? Like
Yeah.
you like the car?
Toxic
that you went-
masculinity
yeah.
built it.
Basically, yeah. Like, hey, who do you think built that bridge
Yeah.
that gets you across the river?
Yeah,
you
right?
gotta
A
ask
bunch
those
of hard
girls.
ass dudes that work
Yeah.
12-hour days.
Yeah.
You got to ask the girls, like, who do you think does that thing you like?
Yeah, that thing you like with the tongue.
That thing you like.
But no, you look at like a city like New York,
Mm.
used to be a fucking pile of dirt,
Yeah.
right? And then a bunch of men, primarily, I'm sure there was some women,
Yeah.
primarily men sacrificed their goddamn backs and they put fucking one beam on top of another.
Yeah.
And now we have New York, right?
Yeah.
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 Now we have the Trump Towers.
Now we got the Trump Towers. Yeah.
So yeah, the male persona can get toxic for sure,
Oh,
but
yeah.
what are you going to do without it?
Yeah.
Right? Are you going to fucking ride your bike across the goddamn prairie?
We should make a movie about the world without without toxic masculinity.
Right. And no, that toxic anything is bad for
Just
sure.
toxic.
But still, the fact that men got the fuck up and didn't keep hitting snooze on their alarm
Yeah.
clock and right
Fair enough.
And
Man,
fucking
stand up.
paved the
Which-
goddamn road
Yeah.
so that you can get to
Yeah.
work.
And the best part is there's a lot of I'll say women, because like who else is going to complain about what he's saying?
Mhm.
That will complain about what he's saying.
Yeah.
But when he says man, he doesn't refer to every male. There's a lot of people that hit the fucking snooze button. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people that don't show
Yeah.
up to work, that have that excuse,
Yeah.
that don't want to be
Mhm.
that person. So like,
Yeah.
like he's not saying males are better. He's saying it took men to fucking
It took
build this.
hard
Yeah.
ass
So
men
Yes.
hard men. So
to win World War
Yeah.
II.
Yeah.
You didn't hit the
Yeah.
fucking snooze button.
you didn't just
Right.
like play Call of Duty your whole
But
life.
you know
Yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're
Go!
saying, but I'm just I love women and I love I just so it's a big shout out for me for all of the hardworking women that are out there. Whether
Yeah.
whether you've got the kids at home and stuff like that, and you're making sure that the meals on the table for when he comes home and stuff like that, man. I big shout out to the mama bears out there.
Yeah.
'cause
Oh, yeah.
When you piss off mama
I was
bears-
raised by a single mother.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Man. I love them all. And I tell you, my heart goes out to all of them because it's a struggle, man. And JT Justin Trudeau is really making it hard, I think, on a lot of families and stuff like
Everybody.
that. So get rid of this prick.
That's who.
Let's get rid of him.
That's who gets hurt the
Yeah.
worst. It's the people that are struggling getting by check to check, and now it's half a check to half a check. Like,
Yeah.
right?
They
Yeah.
want to
it's tough,
trip
man.
the carbon tax is what? What's the carbon tax at now? Like, do you know?
I don't know, but
they
it
want
keeps
to
going
triple
up.
it. No, they're going to triple it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
what
I
he
know.
wants to do. He
there's
wants to
no end
triple
to
it.
Yeah.
It's already too much.
Yeah.
It's like, correct me if I'm wrong. I thought it was like 35% on some things, like, because it doesn't apply to everything.
Yeah.
But on things it does apply to, I thought it was like 35%.
Yeah,
So
it's stupid.
To triple it
It's dumb.
would mean that you're paying double for everything that it applies to.
And you know what's funny is because he can print money.
I know.
Those guys can print money, so they're just doing this for the environment. And now at the bottom, you'll
Oh,
notice on your
fuck.
phone at the bottom of it's not COVID anymore, right? It's like, oh,
It's-
you want to check out the COVID.
Yeah, you notice
Yeah.
that
check
on
out the
Facebook?
environmental thing, right? That's the
check out the
next.
temperature in your
all these-
area this time of the
Yeah,
year.
Yeah.
that's the next.
It's like-
That's what they're bringing in, and that's what
Yeah.
they're ushering, and that's what they're
So-
doing with all those police that we were just talking about back in Winnipeg, right?
So I was actually watching this thing where they took clips from a specific area where they could actually like show this easily,
Yeah.
and the Weather Channel had their place at 33 degrees or whatever, and it was blue because that was cold for that time of the year, right, in the States. You know what I mean? It was sitting at blue, and then the next year, this year,
Yeah.
it was at 30 degrees. It was lower, and they had it on red coloring. They're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's red everywhere over here. It's
Yeah.
hot, like they can't say record temperatures because that's not true.
Yeah.
The year before was more, but they weren't trying to show it the same way.
Man, they're spoon
You know,
feeding a lot of people bullshit, right? You can smell that a freaking.
And you
mile
know what?
away.
You talk to enough people, you understand why it gets
Yeah.
believed. There's a lot of fucking idiots out there.
There is, and that's why I say there's men out there, then there's males out there, right? And I'm just saying, man, listen, we need males to stand up for your family, stand up for your mom and dad, your grandparents,
Mhm.
and if you ain't standing up for something, find something, right? If you ain't standing up
Mhm.
for your kids and your family,
What do
man,
you-
what good are you
Yeah.
on this planet?
What
I'm
are
at
you
my age.
standing up for?
What are you standing up for, man? You can
Yeah.
go to work and make all this money. In the end, they're gonna calf this whole thing, man.
With
Right.
inflation, the money
Right?
you make means
It's a
nothing. You know what I
theater,
mean?
It
You can
is.
bank it all; it'll be worth nothing in 10
It's
years.
gonna be nothing, man.
Yeah.
They're gonna change it overnight. They're gonna
Yeah,
calf
yeah.
this whole
That
system
shit don't matter.
It's a theater, and they can pull the curtain at any time. they want.
anytime.
I think a large
of
part
Oz.
of it, like way before the pandemic in like the 2016-17 era,
Mm.
a lot of that whole gender identity politics and stuff was driven by young men that just wanted to get laid. And I think a big portion of them were like, I'm cool, I'm part of this too, so you should like
Yeah.
me, like I'm an ally. That kind of thing.
But it didn't work
Because the young women of
Yeah.
the university age demographic
Mhm.
were so strong on leading this movement
Mhm.
that you were either an ally or an antagonist,
Mhm.
and antagonist didn't get laid, right? And so when everyone went to the same party as you were 22 or so,
Yeah.
you needed to
Alpha.
fit in, right? Yeah, you needed to toe the line if you ever wanted to get laid. So I think a lot of those things had to do with guys just wanting to get laid, guys just wanting to be like,
Yeah.
I'm part of the cool crowd, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of this, like, oh, I'm a good guy. Good guys get left behind, and oh, the bad guys get all the girls. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
I think a lot of that comes from exactly what Alex is talking about. Like these guys, forgive me for lack of a better word, they're simping out. they're simping.
Yeah.
They're simping for these girls who are like, we want this, we want that. I'm a strong female. I want to be in charge. I want my last name when we get married.
Mhm.
They're like, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I would give you all that if you would just fucking talk to me.
If you would just touch my dick.
If you just fucking talk to me, I'd fucking do that.
Yeah.
Those are the guys that are like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And I think there's just such a there's so many of those guys going around nowadays, and I think their success shows there. You can kind of go off that. Like when I see for example, just Facebook posts and Facebook comments, people making a statement and people like supporting it. You
It's
see
called
the people
virtue signaling.
you see the
Yeah.
people who are supporting it, and
Yeah.
man, like every single one of these guys in the comments, it's like, whoa, you're you're one of those guys. You're like fucking like 40 years old and you never had a girlfriend. You're like the 40-year-old virgin, and you're simping to these girls, hoping they'll be like, "Oh, you're my knight in shining armor for standing up for me." It's like, meanwhile, they're fucking the fucking loser they found at the bar who's just a meathead.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? And that's where that whole, the assholes get all the girls. It's like, it relates directly to that. You know,
and it's more so the confidence gets.
And I noticed that too.
Huge,
you always see them girls. Are you driving around town and stuff like that? And they're just like, they're the ones that are driving. I was just like, how come that guy ain't driving that vehicle? And that little honey is over there. And you're now, it's like this, it's kind of like this, right? She's driving the vehicle. She's driving him around. I'm like, who's running the show here?
Yeah. Who's wearing the pants?
Who's wearing the pants? She's got the pants on, right?
Yeah.
I'm just like, wow, man.
And you know what? You see those couples where like, it's not that the man is like abusive or, you know, like strict or anything, but you see those relationships where like they understand each other's role, you know? And the woman understands the man's the man, you know, and she, you know, like it's not about anything demeaning or anything like that. It's no disrespect or anything. It's like it's almost like, you know, like pink jobs, blue jobs kind of thing. You know what I mean? The relationships, the couples that understand that, they're the happiest. Yeah, they last the longest. Yeah. They're the ones that are still together now.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? It doesn't, you don't, okay.
Think it doesn't necessarily have to be women do the pink jobs and men do the blue jobs.
Absolutely.
You can switch roles, but as long as we know who's who.
They found their balance. Everybody's different, but you found your match, right?
Yeah, that's right.
And when you look at relationships, like think of any relationship you know that's like older than, you know, like let's say 5 to 7 years, let's say 10 years, like they know that balance. They know it. Without knowing that, you don't get that far, which is why no one gets that far these days, because women are trying to act like men and men are trying to act like women.
I feel like
I talk to some of the women, they're like, who the hell would want to do this, man?
Yeah.
We're children. We do this. And I'm just like, you know, you're a male. You want to be a female? Fly at it.
Try this. Yeah, I dare you. Yeah,
like,
I feel
take this. You can take my job. Like, you know, I'm just like, I'm like, you got a point there. I mean, like you guys actually put up with a lot, you know what? And I commend you for it. I mean, like, you know, God bless the women. God bless the women. I'm telling you.
Especially before like medical science came around and you could literally die from having kids. It was a
even now you still
was a serious, you still can, but it's very rare.
It happens still though. Which sucks. We still haven't found like a perfect way to do it. You know, like, you know why the chainsaw was invented?
For birth.
Tell me
to aid birth.
I'd like to hear this one.
Did you know the chainsaw was invented?
Not for logging, that's for sure.
Not for logging. You know how the first C-section happened? It was
fuck off.
C for no. Really? This is real. The chainsaw.
Chain is an acronym.
No. Google it right now. The chainsaw was invented for childbirth because back in the day when you were pregnant and it wouldn't come out, they'd fucking take the saw and they'd fucking cut you open because they could cut through the bone and everything. He's looking it up. He's gonna find out I'm right. Look up.
Someone should
look up why the chainsaw was invented.
Thank you, Alex.
Dude, they cut the woman right open with the chainsaw, and that's how they fucking got the baby out. That was the original C-section.
Wow,
that's why the chainsaw was invented, and he's about to tell you now.
Let me just read this. Before cesarean sections, if a baby was too large to pass through the birth canal, parts of the pelvis would be removed. At first, the procedure was performed with a small knife, which was very messy and painful. In 1780, 2 doctors invented the chainsaw to make the removal of both easier and less time consuming. In 1780,
they invented the fucking chainsaw just to fucking get boys and girls out of that fucking womb.
Not just any womb, all right?
Not just any womb. If they're gonna pull the chainsaw, you better be important, bitch.
You better be,
Every mom was important back then.
But that's from Business Insider. The guys that tried to railroad Barstool.
Oh yeah. Well, fuck
hey,
them.
I want to do. Can we talk a little bit about what's coming up here with civic election stuff? Because I got you had a guy that was on here that is a beauty, and you guys.
Carm.
Carm. We got to do a big shout out.
Yeah, next time Carm comes on, you'll come on too.
I thought Carm we could, but he's a busy boy, right? I mean, he's running.
Well, he's busy, and this was last minute.
He's
If you guys like Carm, you like Luch. We've
he's
been
a
planning
beauty.
on
I
having
love
both
Carm.
of them here at the same time.
Yeah.
But the
And we
thing is,
can.
just getting Luch here is hard enough.
Yeah,
So
it was tough.
We're one step in the right direction. Okay, stall
And I
for
think-
1 minute while I hit the
I
washer.
honestly
All right.
think this was a better trajectory because we wouldn't really get the opportunity to introduce you.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
If
Yeah,
we
that's
had
cool.
Carm here, it would kind of turn into a group effort.
Yeah.
So we had Carm on individually twice now.
Yeah.
So now we got you on individually. So it'll make a lot more sense to
Yeah.
people that are actually
Yeah.
following everything if we have the conglomeration episode after this one,
Yeah.
the
No, for sure.
standalone episode, right?
Yeah.
And I think this is a better idea.
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I
So-
see your guys'
Right.
reasoning for It's
That
good.
wasn't the reasoning. The reason was just timing,
Just time.
scheduling.
I know,
Yeah,
I
right.
know. I'm a
Yeah.
busy guy, right?
But I think it ends up a little bit better in the long run like that.
we'll have
so
a powerhouse show one night. there
Exactly, right.
With Carm in the room and stuff like that.
and it's all the better. And if this is
Yeah.
too cramped, we'll move it downstairs and we'll sit on the couch or something if it's a little more comfortable.
I gotta tell you,
Yeah.
you guys got a beauty show.
Have you
I
watched
love it.
many?
I've at the job site and stuff right now. I
Oh,
love all the podcasts
okay,
and stuff like
nice.
that, but
Yeah.
I gotta tell you that you guys got a good flow. I think you guys got a lot of
Right.
a lot of
And it's
people out there,
evolving.
and
It's a work in
fun.
progress. Honestly,
It's fun.
the idea was we don't know what's going on. Let's just hit the fucking ground running.
Yeah.
And we used to do this episode staring at the we
Yeah.
were like up here staring at the screen
Yeah.
or whatever. Like we were panels on a fucking talking head show or something, right? So it's evolving. It's moving down the stream, and it's taking the path of least resistance, which is just taking us in the direction that we find most convenient for us. We're doing stuff like this.
Yeah.
We're talking about how we feel. More,
And that's huge, man. That really is. There's a lot of people that the guys is the hardest thing. And that's what I did in Winnipeg, man.
Yeah.
That was one of my reasonings, because guys are the hardest things. Like women are like, well, I don't know how to figure out my husband and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be like, well, just feed him a steak and,
Exactly.
just give him some love when you come
Suck a dick
home
or
and stuff
two.
like that.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't go that far with Alex.
What kind of love?
Yeah, we're all good.
I didn't go that far, but
It's
it's
very
your show.
simple.
You do whatever the hell you want to do. But no, I think it's good when you can get guys just kind of opening up and talking and stuff like that. I think guys are the hardest. Even sometimes I get a hard time like figuring things out and stuff like that. But Dominic and I, like, we just traveled for 8 days together, and I call him my kumpati, which is like your godfather kind of thing, right?
That's,
My
Oh,
that's your buddy in
right.
the chat.
That was Dominic there on the
Oh,
chat,
cool.
right? I mean, he's well known across Canada. And,
Talk
and
about
here
the
we are in
coats,
Prince George. We
boys.
both live in Prince George, right? But he's like we just a couple times there, like he just say a few things, I'd say a few things, but we didn't have you didn't have to have a pissing match, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it would be like, hey man, you know what? I'm in the wrong. Sorry, man, I got your back. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
when you
yeah.
do stuff like that, you don't have to be like, hey, fuck you, like, fuck you,
Exactly.
and we don't need this pissing
Like us
match,
at
man.
work back in the day?
Yeah, back in the day. I mean, like, Prince George is
Let's do it this way.
we're Prince George is a little bit rough on the outside kind of thing,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'll never diss my town, dude. I'm telling you, this backbone is built from the people in this town. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
sometimes it gets a little bit rough, but that's okay. That builds your character, man. That's the way I look at it. We build character out of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I never diss Prince George. I never will diss Prince
No,
George.
no.
And
It's
cheers
been
to
good.
that mentality.
It's been good to me, and I just
I got a question for you.
give me.
Will you ever diss
Cheers.
Prince George's air quality?
See, these are inside jokes for people
Or their,
outside of Prince George. We have shit air. We have a bunch of pulp mills.
Will you diss their
Literally
management?
smells like
Prince George's
eggs.
management?
My
Will you diss City
goodness.
Hall? Will you diss
Oh, geez,
When
no,
you
no.
when you
not Prince
travel
George itself? Right?
for people who don't
Show 'em that
understand
bottle.
this,
That's good
the-
tequila, man. Look
This-
at this. stuff.
Everybody tell them how good this is. This is very good.
they're very good.
To my brothers, I
Thank
bring.
you. I really
thanks,
appreciate
When you
it.
come, here's my call,
And our nice shirts.
man. When you come on this show, it's an
You bring
honor to come
tequila
on.
and
That's
shirts.
right.
He
You
brought us
bring
the
a
shirts.
gift.
He brought tequila. Dude, this is a real
Jalisco,
guest.
from
Yeah,
Jalisco,
man.
Mexico.
Thanks,
dude,
brother.
man. You know,
I really appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys asking me to come on, and of course the scheduling never kind of worked out and stuff like that. I was just busy, you know what I mean. I got lots of
Exactly.
irons in the
There's
fire,
no
so-
apologizing about it.
But
That's the way it goes.
One thing you and Carm have in common is you're both very grateful to be on the show, and there's a reason. It's because you guys have a lot to get out there. There's information that you want a lot of people to hear.
Yeah.
A lot of our guests, they're just here to tell their story. You know,
Yeah.
maybe the less people, the better. You know, like for them. Whereas,
Yeah.
like for you guys, the more people that hear your message, the better. And I understand
yeah.
why you guys show up the way you do.
You'd be surprised.
It makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You'd be
Yeah,
surprised
thank
how
you.
many people
Thank you
are
for
like
recognizing that, man.
cold feet, like stage fright for our platform.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like,
man.
a lot of people, they're like,
Well,
oh, I don't want to expose myself to that many
Yeah.
people. Like,
Yeah.
number one, there's not that many people. Number two, what are you doing that's so nefarious that you're afraid to be exposed about?
But at the
like-
same time, you watch our first episodes, you know, like, you know, we grew as well, you know,
Yeah.
like you don't just walk in.
yeah, but I'm not afraid for people to see
Yeah.
that. That was me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
And I embrace me, and I own me.
Yeah.
I'll gladly present myself to anyone because I'm proud of me.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Right.
this is a challenge going out
Yeah.
too, because I'm looking forward to Carm running. Carm, I don't know if your
City,
audience.
oh
knows
yeah,
it.
let's get into
Let's
this.
give a plug there to city. You know, like
Carm for city council.
Carm
Really?
Manhas.
Carm
Manhas. You know what?
Yeah.
You know, we're just getting everything's ready to go and stuff like that. The signs are being made, and we're gonna do a big rally. Because I said to Carm, I'm like, don't worry about, because he was kind of worried about, like, man, we gotta get signs, we gotta do this, we gotta
Yeah.
do this. No, you don't have to do any of that kind of stuff, man. Outside the box thinking is the way we gotta do it. So
You
we're
just run.
we're just gonna go to a bunch of people. And we're gonna be at Mr. PG for a couple of hours. 4,000 vehicles. That intersection
Yeah.
is really busy. There's like 4,000 every hour that goes by that intersection. It might even be more than that. But anyways,
Which intersection?
Mr. PG, right on that corner, Highway 16
Oh,
and
yeah,
97.
the
That's a
bypass,
beauty
yeah,
spot
yeah.
where we're just going to pick
Yeah.
a weekend. And then we're just going to get out there and just hold on to signs, because we need some good people into city council that
Well,
are
Carm,
going to ask the hard questions, man. You know
Yeah.
what? We need some really good people that are
Substantial
that are gonna
content, because the one thing that the other guys are going to have is budget for advertising and
Yeah.
whatnot for there, right? Which I mean, it can be fundraised as well. That's not a hurdle too large.
well, the best part is he doesn't need a budget for advertising on this podcast.
Yeah, that's right. That's what I said,
there
you know,
we
like-
go.
And you know what
Pew,
else
pew,
is
pew,
cool
pew.
is, you know, how badass will it be if he actually makes it? And then we got this motherfucker on our podcast every
Yeah,
month.
Yeah.
that's right. There you go.
Like,
I know he's only one vote, but at the
Dun, dun,
same time,
dun.
man, I mean, you got to have some new people coming in there.
You know what? I know people who are, to me,
Yeah, free
like,
beer.
I'm okay with the tequila going right now, and
They were-
thank
they
you.
were nobody. Like, I didn't know who they were. I met them through a friend, and they're running for city council.
Yeah.
And she made it. And I don't know anybody who
Yeah.
knows her. She made it.
No.
Yeah.
It doesn't take a lot of votes
No,
because you know why? Nobody's fucking voting.
yeah, that's
If
right.
you can actually inspire all your friends to vote for you, you have a good chance of making city
Huge.
council.
Yeah.
And Carm does enough for this community, enough for
Ah.
people's kids, enough for people personally, whether they're male or female. Like you
got
know,
it, man.
you
got
don't
it.
realize how much
It's a
kickboxing go like how far that goes for like a female
Yeah,
who like you know like
Who's afraid
the-
to walk down the street.
yeah,
exactly
Yeah.
and you know
Mhm.
one of them literally was walking down the street and stumbled onto the place. They're like, oh, what's this place? And they showed up, changed their life.
yeah.
Kate
Kate and martial art. What?
K10.
K10.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
K10
always have-
guys.
You should know
K10.
this.
I know, but I always have a hard
You
time.
should actually show up
K10.
sometime. That's smart.
Martina, my little 14-year-old daughter there, she goes down there.
What?
Martina goes down there. Oh, Carm's awesome.
Well, I never
man.
see you there picking her up. The hell?
Daddy's busy.
Goddamn.
She can. She's
Daddy's
got
busy.
2 legs, doesn't she? She can walk around.
Daddy's
So.
busy.
Dad just lives up the street at KFC. Fuck, it's literally 2 blocks away.
I got gravy in this hair, okay?
Yeah.
Literally.
I got gravy.
There you
going
go.
on here.
2 blocks
That's
of
what the
homeless.
curls come from.
2 blocks of homeless people in your fucking home from
Oh,
there.
man,
So,
geez.
no.
You know what? And the big thing with Carm though is he's a business owner downtown, right? So
Yeah.
he cares. He's been down there for
Oh, yeah.
2010.
He does
It
care.
Bill Mahood-
directly
that's
affects
Bill
him.
Mahood's old place, right?
yeah.
I mean, that's, you know what I mean? Like, but he does care, and what an awesome guy. Beautiful family, the 2 kids, and Carolyn, she does the yoga and stuff, right? You know, she just a big shout out to that family. I hope.
Yeah, shout out to her yoga class, 4:30
yoga,
Sunday.
Yeah. Did you go? Because you were talking about that.
Alex
We've gone
goes
a
all the
lot,
time.
yeah.
Do you go?
Yeah.
For
Wow,
me,
good for you.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
4:30 on Sundays if you're ever into
Is it 4:30
and,
Sunday?
and 5:30 Fridays.
see,
Wow.
so
Carolyn,
Twice a
I
week so
promise
far.
you.
And it's
I
going to pick
promise
up.
you, I'm coming down there.
She does
Carol-
amazing work.
Carolyn,
We have brand new
Carolyn,
mats
I'm
and everything
promise, yeah.
that
Oh
we
no,
do.
I know. Seeing the mats there
Yeah.
in the front there and stuff.
they're
So it
so
doesn't-
nice.
Is
When
there?
you go to like when you go
Way
to
better than
normal
the
Stop for
studios,
sleeping, okay? You know?
yeah, you just chill. Yeah,
Hey, who do you think installed it?
yeah. There we go.
Who do you think cut it so nice against the
Perfect,
wall?
perfect
You know,
and straight.
they rolled it out, and then I had to cut it against the wall with the Olfa.
Really?
You know what? Someone else done it would have been this fucking shit.
Yeah.
I see
They
the
would have
way
got
you
one of
cut
those
tile.
drunk Indians.
No, but
that's
Alex
good.
helped me.
Nice.
Without Alex and I there, you
Yeah.
know, I'm not saying they would have gotten it
There was
done.
probably 15 people there, and
Alex and I did it
13
all.
of them stood around
Yeah.
and watched us put the
Yeah, it's
fucking mats.
Like
on.
I was the floor
Pressure.
layer, and I've cut carpet, so like I cut it, and Alex helped. Alex helped with like everything else between the two of us. Like everyone was trying to help, but really there wasn't much to do unless you really knew what. Like I know how to roll something out and cut it into place.
Yeah, that's right.
Somehow, that's my
Wow.
specialty. It's weird.
You're good
It's
at what
niche,
you do, man.
but I'm good at what I do.
You do, yeah, I know. It's
Hey, if you need to roll something out and cut it into place,
Call me.
I'm your fucking guy.
this the man.
Yeah.
You talking rolling, eh? You rolling again?
I'm rolling again,
You're
bro.
always
Shit.
rolling, my friend.
I've been rolling lately.
You're
I need
rolling.
the money.
Harder than this biscuit.
Harder than Limp Bizkit. Hell yeah.
man. Were we gonna play some tunes or what? What are we gonna
Yeah,
do?
show us that
Play something.
song.
man.
for
I'll
once.
look it up.
You have to send me that Truck Trudeau song.
Truck
first.
Trudeau.
okay,
If
so-
one of you could look it up, yeah, that'd be nice.
Oh, I looked it up 3 times. I can't
I'll
find
find
it.
it. I'll find
I'm
it.
not even sure if it exists.
Okay.
So Trudeau threatens winter of COVID restrictions if Canadians don't get vaccinated. That sounds familiar, hey? And that was recent. But yeah, it on and on perpetuates over and over again. Hey, you don't get vaccinated, you don't get your rights. We never fought a goddamn revolutionary war for our goddamn right. We don't have the right of speech. We don't have the right to bear arms. We don't have very much in Canada.
so
They're
I think-
taking everything away, aren't they?
So
Well,
hey,
we never
I
had
think-
it to begin with.
Guys,
we were
that's
England.
just it. I think the fight should be more to change the rights we have more than to defend the rights we think we have. Like Alex
Right.
says, our Charter of Rights is not written the same as the American Constitution.
Problem is, the
So,
closer
like-
you get to that, the closer you get to Civil War.
Civil War, yeah. I mean, yeah,
Right.
but is Spider-Man and Captain America are going to show up then?
Then we're fine. Let's just wait. Let's just sit on our hands and wait for Spider-Man.
Hey, Carolyn, freedom.
Hey, Carolyn's back.
Hell yeah. Thanks for tuning in,
Oh shit!
Carolyn.
No, send Jared a
Here it
link.
is, here it is, man.
Send me the link.
Send
Oh,
Jared
it's
a
on,
link.
it's on my.
Uh-oh.
Okay, let's
Is it-
start this.
No.
We'll just play it. Put it by the mic, man. We'll just do
Who
Well,
it.
the
sing-
thing
who
is,
sings
his
it?
phone actually plays through.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think.
Who-
So
who's-
it'll come in. It'll
Luge.
come
His
in.
phone.
Give me all the information.
It's
Who
called
sings
Truck,
it?
Truck You Trudeau.
Oh, Truck You
Truck
Trudeau.
You Trudeau.
Right. We'll get there.
We got some really.
Oh, I got it. Ready?
Yeah, this is.
Oh,
is-
really?
this is-
Turn me up.
That was quick.
Get the beat on my headphones.
For how?
I can't hear the beat on my
For the
headphones.
hour and
Send it
30
up,
minutes
man.
it took you to find that was
He had to say
Truck you.
you in
My
between.
people want their freedom back. So please take off that dumbass mask and smile at your neighbor. If all we need is love, then why you trying to be a hater?
Whoa,
Say that I'm
hello.
a racist, and then you run away and take a fucking hiatus while 38 million people are waiting, and this guy's supposed to be the leader of a nation? Shit, my people want their freedom back. So please take off that dumbass mask and smile at the neighbor. If all we need is love, then why you trying to be a hater? They trying to say that this is hate speech and trying to take away our freedom. But the whole world is watching and everyone can see us, so we better speak up. Mr. Prime Minister, before you aim and shoot and label patriot Canadians racist and cruel, misogynistic and extremist too, you need to try to provide me with some proof, cause all I can see for miles in the streets is peace, love, and unity in every color and creed. And besides all the Cisco trucks, truthfully, you the only motherfucker in town who got beef. So disrespectfully, I would have to disagree and say that you're a liar, but hey, that's just me. Now on the count of 3, everybody say with me, Truck You Trudeau. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Truck you, Trudeau. Truck you, Trudeau. Truck you, Trudeau. Now say it with authority this time and let them know. Truck you, Trudeau. Truck you, Trudeau. Truck you, Trudeau. This is for the fringe minority. Come on, here we go. Yo, my people don't agree with that. I think I need a trucker hat. Someone high five your neighbor, cause what we need is love. Stop being such a hater. They trying to say that this is hate speech? What? And trying to take away my freedom. But the whole world is watching and everyone can see us, so I better speak up. Hey yo, give me the microphone because my whole fucking country is under the microscope. And the whole world is watching, listening with the stethoscope. They got their eyes on their phones and their fingers on the pulse. Everybody wants to know how it's all gonna unfold. For the first time in 24 months, we got some hope. And Trudeau is so shook, it's like he just seen a ghost. You can hear his heartbeat from the east to the west coast. Shh, quarantining into Fino. How incredibly convenient. I speak for the people and we will not condone with this tyranny and emo. No. If you're Canadian and proud, raise a fist to the clouds. Everyone together now at the top of your motherfucking lungs. Yell it loud. Truck you, Trudeau. Truck you, Trudeau. Truck you, Trudeau. Remove the fucking mandates and let my people go. Truck you, Trudeau. Truck you, Trudeau. Truck you, Trudeau.
Is there a
You
third
can't
verse?
take the heat, then don't stand
what do you
by
think
the
of that?
stove.
That one,
Truck you,
that's
Trudeau.
pretty nice. How old is it?
Truck you, Trudeau.
This was this year.
Okay,
This was this year when he was in Ottawa, man.
5 months ago,
Yeah,
yeah.
he put this. Yeah, he's good. I
During
was
the
just.
fringe minorities peak.
We were just together on the weekend out at.
You and this guy?
Yeah,
You're hanging out with him?
Yeah, oh, he's beautiful. He's a good family man. He's a great guy.
Okay.
Great guy. Well, I'll bring him to town. Do you want to?
Yeah.
Oh, we're bringing him down. Man.
You know, he has 2.7 thousand views on this song. I think he might blow up.
Oh no, he is blowing up. Like this hat is from him. Man.
He just got the crowded room bump too.
Talk to
Oh,
God
man.
official music video has 11,000 views, which is 5 times more than the one we just watched. He's actually got bigger songs than that, believe it or
Actually, that Nickelback song.
That guy
is
that we
actually
Dude,
the
that
hottest
Nickelback song.
is
Let me
really
say
good.
this. Hold on.
Everyone trashes them,
Foot
man.
thing.
No. Okay. Everybody trashes Nickelback.
Oh, that's been a common theme
So
for
last
15
For a
years.
while.
last night, I'm like, hey guys, Nickelback put out a song and they're supporting the truckers.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's a new song? I'm like, yeah. They're like, are
Oh.
you sure? I'm like,
Yeah.
yep. So I play it and I played the music video, right?
Yeah.
And did you see the music video
Yeah,
with the
it's-
truckers
yeah.
and all that in there, right?
Man, it's a good song.
All right. So here's the problem with the
Okay.
fact that none of us were fans of Nickelback before. That song came out 8 years ago. And the music video, they edited the music video to make it
Right.
look like that.
Right.
I found that out last
Yeah,
night. At first, I was like, holy shit. I
Yeah.
never thought I'd say this. I agree with
They're
Nickelback.
ahead of
Hey,
their
You know, I
time.
was like, you know what? It's time to
I've-
jump on the Nickelback
I have
train.
no
Man,
problem
good
saying
Canadian
that I
band,
like
man.
I like
Alberta.
Nickelback.
Yeah, man. Everybody was dissing
There's
them,
nothing.
like, wasn't
They've
nothing
got
wrong
great
with them, man.
songs. Dimebag Darrell wrote a riff for him, and they made that song on the side of a bullet.
Oh, yeah.
That riff, that guitar riff, was written by Dimebag Darrell, and he's like, "Hey, this sounds like a Nickelback song," and he just like gave it to the Chad guy.
I don't even know that song, but
Yeah, play it if you feel like listening to music. But
The
yeah.
Nickelback one is a really good one.
Carolyn's asking what she missed.
Oh,
Rest of
Carolyn,
what?
there is actually,
And hey,
if
like-
you don't believe it, we recorded everything you missed.
You know what?
And you
Hey,
can go
hey.
back and watch it all.
Let me just say right now, there's twice as many people watching right now as there was an hour ago. So why don't you tell them what they missed? There's actually twice as many. We're at our peak right now.
Get out.
What? I'm not joking.
You're not-
just
you're-
fucking just
For
enlighten
what?
enlighten everyone.
Well,
for the
enlighten
sake of
you.
it.
You show us a minute of that side of a bullet.
Yeah,
So
give us
I'll
that
get
song.
it.
we've been going off. Luch gave us these nice T-shirts. He's started a new organization, a real PG
PG Real News.
PG Real
Yeah.
News.
Yeah.
Well, you can
man.
find on Facebook.
Go on there, man. I'm telling you, man.
And
you
the
know
only
what the
it's
thing
only
that
on
Alex,
Facebook.
Alex, what I got to tell you about
Yeah,
that
yeah.
is I just I love truthers, man. There's people out there that are standing tall. They got a backbone, you know, and they're willing to they're willing to stand out there by themselves, like me.
Yeah.
But you know what? Sometimes you just have to stand up, even if you're by yourself. If you believe what you believe and you think that it's right, I just say, you know what? Stand up, man. I love people like that, and I love mama bears like that, and like.
It's like when we worked together, and I was like, you know what?
Yeah, man.
It's time for me to get a raise.
Yeah,
I believed in it. I stood up for it.
And I went like this.
Right.
No.
I fought for it all day. What happened?
Yeah.
I got my raise.
You did. You were just grinding me that whole day there a little bit more. And then but I just tell you, like, sometimes you're the lone guy that's out there. And, it's tough sometimes, but if you believe it, you know what? I love people with backbones, whether you're male, female, whatever. Just stand up for your rights, man. I'm telling you.
If you really believe that you deserve what you're asking for,
right
don't back
man.
down.
And so that's how the thing with the PG Real News was. I wanted to. Every time I go live, I love it. Like, this show is live. And that's why I commend you guys, because I do the same thing, man.
And
when
it's
I
raw.
go live, it's raw.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not like it's scripted or anything like that. Like you're reading into the prompt, like this is CBC.
Look at our prompter. Hey,
ladies and gentlemen,
read what it tells you.
Like,
I love Nickelback.
Fucking blank.
Yeah, Joe Biden, and then he still fucks it up. Remember?
He does.
Joe Biden's
Dude,
the
that's
worst.
the funniest thing in the
told
world.
me to tell
Dude.
you that,
If you're gonna be the president, you should at least be able to read the fucking prompter.
We
He
used to
goes to
think
shake
that
people's hands and they're not there.
yeah, we used to think that
he's
George
horrible.
Bush was the funny guy that he would like make up stuff as he goes.
Yeah.
Joe Biden,
Jimmy Carter,
tripping
he
over
makes
his
Jimmy
own
Carter
words.
look good. I'm telling you, man.
George Bush don't look so bad anymore. However,
No.
when those clips come up,
You
I
fool me
will,
twice, you don't fool me no more.
if I see George Bush's face on a video, I watch it. I don't care. I'm like, I'm gonna see what he says, and the one he's like, America needs to stand up for its freedoms, and he's like, now watch me hit this drive. Boom!
Oh hell yeah!
It's like filmed at a golf course. That is pure America, man. I don't give a fuck, man.
I like Joe
Salute
Biden.
the
He just said,
goddamn
well, you're
flag.
not allowed at the White House,
Yeah.
so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a prop, like it looks like the White House, and you're going to pretend it's the White House.
Oh,
He's just like, I
dude.
think I'm at the White House. I don't even know where I'm at. Oh man, Biden
His backdrop, that red and black backdrop
that
from like
last
2 weeks ago, that was scary, dude.
Dude, that's
That
like,
was
we're
like
gonna
Soviet
take control of your
Union
life.
shit,
Can we
dude.
put a
Yeah.
red backdrop back here?
No,
We could.
no, not anymore.
Well, literally, we just got to get
We
red
used
lights.
to have it, but not since then.
I'm getting a cutout for your grandpa. I'm telling you, man. He's going to be right over my shoulder. Right
We
there.
do blue and green now. The red's too much. Too Joe Biden.
I can't do it.
Too
I
authoritative.
can't do
He
it.
can change it.
I'm trying.
I don't know what he
is.
has. I don't know what he has to point it
I
to, but
get the right angle and I can't do it.
There's
Oh my God, that's
nanoparticles
funny.
in me right now. I think
It's over.
tequila. There's
The
bit's
nanoparticle
dead.
Carolyn says hi, Luch.
Carolyn's loving it. Yeah.
Carolyn, man, has.
Now, you know what? I'm gonna sell you right now.
How come you never come to yoga, Luch?
Yeah.
You know,
You know
I
Carolyn
feel like you could be a
offers-
lot
I
looser.
promise. You know what? I
2
came on
yoga
record
classes
right
a week.
I feel like you could be a lot looser.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. We talked about it. I'm
Have
gonna
we?
promise her right
Feel
now.
like we can
I'm
get
coming
loose
down
together.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, can you stay on the other side of the room?
Yeah. We're sweating.
I love you, but not that much. Okay,
We're
gonna
sweating.
be over there. Carolyn, keep him
Sunday
away
at
from me. This
4:30.
guy right here, keep him over there.
Yeah.
Carolyn, 3 o'clock. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. 4:30.
Friday
I
afternoon?
got dinner.
Friday
Stuff's
afternoon,
already
I like
changed.
No, Sunday.
On Sunday?
Sunday, 4:30. Right? 4:30 Sundays.
Yeah.
4:30 Sundays, 5:30 Fridays.
That's the one day I can't make is Sundays because
Oh.
but you can make
I
Friday.
have family dinner at 5 o'clock.
I know
so like,
you do. I
you
Are
know,
you guys doing that?
10
Are you
years
guys still-
ago, still
I know. Are you guys still doing that?
my mom asked us to keep doing it.
Aw,
So
man,
like
that's
we
awesome.
still do it. Not every week,
not every week,
but
but-
at least once a month. So
You're a good boy.
So
I'll tell
those
you that,
other
man.
three,
Hey,
those other 3
you're
weeks.
a good man, honestly, man. You know, you got to do that for your parents. And
you know, during the
Yeah,
summer is
yeah,
different. Like
good for you, man.
we've always taken time off during the
Yeah.
summer. But like, you know, once it gets wintertime, you know, every week or two. So
Cool, man. That's sweet, man. You know what?
keeps the
There's
family
nothing like,
together.
honestly, it is true. You know what? Around the table and stuff like that. So I pick up mom. My mom's at that Parkside there. She lost her vision, and
Oh,
so I pick her up on a weekly basis and stuff. Of course, excuse me. This weekend I was in Camp Hope there and stuff like that. But mom she's just like, where are you?
Oh
I'm like,
no.
sorry. I'm like,
Shit.
mama, sorry. But,
That
it breaks your
sucks.
heart kind of thing. Right?
It does.
And
It
I'm like,
does.
okay, I'll be
Especially
home next weekend.
especially if you're in the same room and she's
You
like,
know?
where are you?
So I can't go in. So a lot of people don't know this, right? But if you're pure blood, you can't go into the senior homes, right?
Okay.
So
Really?
I get to the door. Yeah, I get to the door. I call ahead, and then they bring mom to the door, and then
Oh.
and then magically everything's okay, right? So I'm taking
In that moment, everything's fine.
it's all good.
Yeah.
You know, they're watching me. They're in full mask.
COVID doesn't
they're all-
exist for a
yeah.
second. Yeah.
And it's good. We're kissing and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I take her to the truck, and then I take her, because they're eating.
Do you guys go out and stuff? Or
Yeah, well, I take her, like, she likes some of the grease food, right? I mean, she's been eating some of this prepped kind of crappy food
Yeah.
all week, right? So I'm just like, hey, what do you want to do? And so
You saying she's starting to like the jarred tomato sauce or what? Which is fucked up for an Italian.
This ain't that bad.
She's like, you know what? It ain't that
Ragu.
bad. You're like, oh fuck, my mom's going.
old ragu, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're having pasta stasera.
Have you ever tried the ragu?
Yeah. What the hell's this?
Well,
Yeah.
how often is that? Once a week?
Once a week, yeah. My brothers, I love them. They live out of town though, so
Okay.
so I'm the only one. But
Yep.
God gave me these cards, and I accepted them. And you know what? Sometimes people are like, "Well, why do I get?" And they get all upset, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
You know what? Suck it up, man. If the
I don't. see
good
your
Lord
sharp
above,
ones.
if the good Lord above gave you those cards, man, that's just those are your cards, man. And
So you all
and
grew
true
up
and
in
good.
Prince George?
Yeah, my oldest brother, 18 months older, and then my youngest brother, he's 10 years younger, and he lives down on the island. Island life is
Yeah.
good, man.
Oh,
You know
dude.
what?
It sounds good.
It's good.
Yeah.
But the only bad thing is you're on an island. Shit goes down. I don't know what to tell you.
Well,
but
you
you're
go
kinda-
down with the island.
You're going down with the island.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost romantic.
What, you can't swim?
Yeah, yeah.
That's why
What
we
are we,
learned
the
to swim,
Titanic?
bro.
Yeah, yeah. We're all going down with the ship.
Alex is going
Dude,
down with
you
the
learn
ship.
to
Yeah.
you learn to swim on your back, and you can go forever.
Yeah.
I'd love it.
Island life is good though.
Especially this time of year. I bet it's really nice. But
Yeah,
but
good times.
it just rains so goddamn much, right? The whole
Yeah.
the whole Vancouver Lower
Look at
Mainland
you
area.
liking that tequila, eh?
Yeah.
What? Like,
Yeah,
Look
you're
at
pushing
it.
it. You're pushing it on
do
us.
you want me to
pushing
push
it.
it more?
No,
What?
you're going on the ground. You're fucking taking a nap today. You keep this up.
My brothers and sisters,
The way I looked at
I
it,
love you.
you know, 4 shots for each quarter of the show.
Mm-hmm.
We're almost at the 2-hour mark. Believe
Oh
it
my
or not.
god.
You guys,
Wow.
not that we
really?
have to stop it there. Just so you
No,
know.
but
Switching
we're
around
getting, like we were saying before,
you know,
we're getting there.
we're 10 minutes away from like the
Wow.
casual time to turn it off. You know, we can go
Casual
for 3
time out.
hours.
What's everyone saying right now? Are they
No one's saying
oh,
shit.
No, they're saying things.
Carolyn's saying hi, Luch. Perfect. Get on it.
We actually have some groupies in the chat. Luch, I want to suck your dick.
Yeah.
Oh, shit,
That
there's-
wasn't Carolyn. Trust me.
No, that wasn't Carolyn. That was
No,
one of our
no,
groupies.
no.
one of your guys' group?
Another one of the groupies is like, oh, I want to see Luch for another hour.
Yeah.
Oh, so we had to go
We
for
finished the
longer.
rest of that tequila. This shit's coming off.
Yeah. Hey, you
Who's your
saw
buddy? Who's your buddy that passed out here? Tell me
Kyle
about that.
G.
Kyle G.
That guy made a name
Big
for
shout out
himself.
for Kyle
God damn
G.
it.
Kyle G.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm gonna donate a pillow from Dominic's shop.
Hey, perfect sleep pillow for
Yes.
when you've drank too much.
Yes.
He's gonna donate 2 pillows, one for Alex, one for
Dom-
myself, so we sleep better than
Dom
Kyle
does
did
sleep
on that
apnea,
floor.
right? Dominic does the sleep apnea, man. I'm telling you, if you need
Okay.
sleep, that he does the clinic.
You
on
think
floor.
I'm that fat?
No, I would never say that. Even if you were overweight, I would never say that. Like I would
Where-
say that
where's
to your
this
dad, and I'd be
clinic?
like,
Dude, I
"Ah,
used
I'd
to-
like, get this guy out of it."
Dude, 30 pounds ago, I was sleep apnea. I was
Were
like,
you really?
dude, I'd be awake and I'd be sitting there, and once in
Yeah.
a while, I'd breathe in and it'd be like, I'd be like, "Whoa."
Hey, who did that?
I'm like 100% awake,
It's like an old
conscious,
dude that
and
farts. or something.
I would
Oh,
snore every 10th breath. And I'm
Yeah.
like, I wonder if I have sleep apnea.
Yeah.
You know, like I lost 30
Yeah.
pounds.
And then everything kind of corrected itself. And
I
stuff.
have to try to. Now,
I think
you know,
that's
but
just-
whereas before that would just happen breathing in, you know, and I
Yeah.
think that's how sleep apnea is a thing, you know, like
Yeah.
you get too big.
I think none of
What-
us know this for sure.
We don't
Well,
know.
no,
Dominic's,
it is a thing.
Dominic's gonna,
No,
he's
no.
gonna correct
Dominic
us
will
all,
tell
yeah.
you.
when you're sleeping and everything relaxes and you breathe in,
Oh, yeah.
So what
Especially
I'm
when you're laying on your back and your
Yeah.
fucking
So-
larynx or
so-
something
so
falls back.
30 pounds ago when I'm laying on my back just on my
30
phone,
fucking pounds ago.
and then every once in a while I'd breathe
Jesus
in and be
Christ.
like, and I'm like, oh, what the fuck,
You were living your best life.
30 pounds ago.
Oh dear.
brother? You were.
How close to 300 did you get?
300.
How close? 30 pounds ago, and you're talking 240 right now?
I'm.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Oh, here we go.
Here we go.
Here's the Dr. Phil. Son, did you really hit 270 pounds?
All right. Let me clear things up here.
You're under 300.
When you
pounds.
jerk off, do you dust the Cheeto dust off your hands?
Hey, there's probably some cricket powder in there.
Yeah,
We want
exactly.
crickets in that dog.
It's called
Doritos.
cochnea.
Cockney?
No, I my heaviest was 268.
Okay. No,
Wow.
not 270. I was wrong. I was
Okay.
wrong.
268? You're off.
And
I
to
was
be
way
fair,
off.
to be fair, where I'm averaging right now is 238.
That's good. No, that's
I
awesome.
go up and down 10 pounds all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like
268 to 38. That's
Yeah.
mean 30 pounds. That
Yeah.
and that's significant.
But-
That's a
Yeah,
good
but Alex, I don't know,
achievement.
man.
That's
You're,
why-
you're probably chiseled
I'm
there at
getting
like
up
two.
there.
You're
No,
probably, you're
but-
probably 230,
Alex.
No. Well, 240.
240.
Yeah.
I was being good. Yeah.
Yeah. And when I want to drink, I can see 245 easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Plus. Yeah.
We all like to have fun.
Yeah,
and,
yeah, yeah.
and we
That's
all
right.
fluctuate.
Yeah.
Sometimes we care more than other times. And like when you cared, you got down to what, like 220, 218?
I was 215.
Wow.
I was
Yeah, it is.
215 getting
And-
back
and-
from Thailand.
and
From Thailand?
before
Yeah.
that, you were what, 240?
Oh, dude,
Wow.
when I was like 22,
Mm.
23.
When I
Yeah.
met you, you were a
240.
lot bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you cut to 220 from like 240. And so like you know,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I saw your transformation. Now you're back up to 240.
Yeah.
And but you're
Yeah.
still
And
still
I'm
good
33.
though. No, you still got your
Yeah.
cardio, you still
Oh,
got your
good for you,
strength.
man,
Like
yeah.
yeah.
like you're not out of shape, don't get me
No.
wrong.
No, you hold
you're
it
just
well,
put,
man.
you're
I-
just
yeah,
putting
you're
on
good.
weight.
Cardio doesn't have much to do with fat on your body.
Yeah.
Dude, if you're an
Um,
active fighter
more
and you're
lung
putting on
capacity,
weight,
you know
It's
that, you
it's
know what I mean? Like,
VO2 max.
you notice when you're walking and people are like,
yeah.
Oh,
and they're like
yeah,
that, but
yeah.
then there's other guys that can just carry it well. And
Well,
I've trained
he-
my cardio,
You know, it's cardio
well
training, man.
enough to where it doesn't really matter how much fat, and to a certain extent, it will
Yeah.
matter. It doesn't really matter how much my 10, 15 pounds of fluctuation comes and
Yeah.
goes.
Yeah.
My cardio is set in, it was
Yeah.
chiseled a long time ago.
yeah.
I can easily take a month off and get up off the couch and do a full workout at Carm's gym
Mhm.
just fine. 2
Yeah.
months is asking for it,
Yeah.
especially the older you get.
Yeah.
You know,
But-
and none of this is permanent.
it's
The
more
body is a sandcastle,
yep.
Yeah.
and you
Unforgiving
can
sport, man.
you can
Yeah.
sculpt it as well as you
Yeah.
want, and the
Yeah.
fucking tide is going to come in.
For me, the way I was looking at it is you're an active fighter. Not that you're looking for a fight, but
Mm-hmm.
you train consistently.
Mhm.
So if you put weight on, it doesn't mean you're out of shape. You know what I mean? Because
No,
you're
no.
still training
Yeah.
like every week. You know,
Mhm.
2 to 3 days a week at least. You know what I mean? And,
You
and
can, if you can
so
hold
like
that
he's
weight,
never
man.
out of shape, no matter how big he gets. Is what
Yeah.
I'm getting at. And when
Yeah.
you see guys in the UFC
Yeah.
that like get out of shape,
Mm.
those guys are just like him. Like they can still fight. They
Oh, yeah.
still have their
Athletes.
cardio.
Oh yeah.
They can put on weight, and it's almost to their advantage. They can like
Especially in
manipulate their weight
heavyweight,
class.
yeah.
So
Oh,
you
yeah.
go by your height, and then you manipulate your weight class. Whereas
Yeah.
Alex is at the heavyweight, the fucking 6 foot
As big as
4
it
or 5.
gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
already at
right.
the top. So it's like he just fluctuates. You know what I mean? But he's training the whole time,
Mhm.
so he's not gonna really get any like not benefits, but any negative effects.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's
Yeah.
still there. It's all there, right? It don't matter.
If he
It's
gets
there.
heavier, it's gonna hurt harder when he hits you.
yeah.
And it,
Yeah.
But he's still fast.
Right, right,
yeah,
right.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
and
It's,
it's chiseled through the years of actual
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
Like
What's-
this is results of years of dedication of actually trying. It's
Yeah.
called the VO2 max. I don't know the exact
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking.
yeah, I don't know the exact fucking scale of which you would measure it.
Yeah.
But it's just how well can your body
Mm.
dissipate oxygen throughout your muscles.
Yeah. They
Right.
do that when you're doing the firefighting stuff.
Yeah.
I did that. I did the VO2.
Yeah.
It's pretty. What's the next fight coming up? Like, what's
The next big one?
Yeah, what's the
Islam
next big
Makhachev, Charles Oliveira.
one? And
Well, this
is
weekend,
what, like, is it UFC?
That's the next big one.
Is it 280? Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is it?
that's
Is it
280.
280?
That's
280.
Okay, so what was the one with
279.
279?
Diaz.
Diaz, was that on the Saturday
That
night?
was last
That was last
weekend.
weekend.
And what happened? Because I was there and I kind of seen some stuff, but then I couldn't see
You
it.
saw it, but you don't know what
shuffled around.
No, because we lost Wi-Fi, man. We were in
Yeah.
Camp
Oh,
Hope.
that's
I was
right.
Camp Hope, and I kind of saw some stuff leading up to it.
See, it
and then after
shuffled
that,
around.
even that.
People are saying it's a conspiracy because maybe
No.
maybe they weren't going to sell pay-per-views and maybe it wasn't
It's
trending
bullshit.
well.
That's Brendan Schaub.
It was
saying
is
Yeah.
bullshit.
Yeah, just a hype it kind of thing or whatever.
I think the truth is Buddy wasn't going to make weight. They didn't want to kill him to make weight because it's legal to say fuck you, make the fucking weight.
Yeah.
If they did, they would have lost their cash cow.
Yeah, right.
Potentially, they would have lost their cash cow. So they say, hey, let's play fucking musical chairs in Ferguson. Let's feed Kevin Holland to Hamzat, which is literally a lamb to slaughter because everyone knows Kevin Holland can't wrestle. Hamzat is nothing but wrestling,
And
and
that's
he's
all we saw
elite,
too.
Yeah.
pure elite wrestling.
Wow.
So it was written in stone that was a lamb to slaughter. So a lot of people are saying, "Oh, this is conspiracy. They wanted this the whole time." It's stupid to say that. And it gets clicks and it gets fucking.
It was a good
notoriety.
fight card.
Yeah.
still.
It was
still
great.
a good one. Yeah.
It was a really good one.
Yeah,
was
it was a
good.
very enjoyable fight card still, right?
And honestly, this weekend sounds great too. It's
Who's
Corey Sandhagen versus Song Yadong.
Oh, that's a great one.
Yeah, Song
But who else
Yadong.
is fighting?
I couldn't tell you that.
That fight alone is a great fight, though.
Yeah,
Let's stick with that.
Song
Cheer-
Yadong.
cheers.
I can't
good.
believe we're at actually 280 UFC fights, man. I'm not.
I can't
honestly.
believe we're at
Yeah.
the 2-hour mark 13 seconds ago.
Plus a
Jimmy,
ton
2 hours,
of
boys.
plus
2
a ton
hours.
of fight
Wow, man.
nights.
This has been. I think it's been like 10 minutes to me.
This is the
It
longest.
went
This is the
quick,
longest
man.
we've talked without you paying me.
Yeah. Hey.
Salute. Who are we gonna cheers first? This one here. We have to cheers. To,
This one is to Bonnie
Pierre
Bonnie
Poilievre.
Henry.
I think no. This has got to go to Carm.
I'm just kidding. Of course it's to Carm.
It's gotta
Go.
go to Carm, man. He's running.
This
for city
one
council.
is to Carm.
This is going to Carm, man,
Carm.
and his beautiful family.
I just drank for you, Carm.
The last few people to
Whoever's out
comment are
there-
all Carolyn. So
Right.
Carolyn. Vote for Carolyn. Don't worry
Vote
about
for
Carm.
Carolyn.
We're for Carolyn, eh? Carolyn.
Yeah.
Carolyn, eh? She'll kick some ass.
yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Carolyn and Carm came out and camped out at my mom's house this
Oh, did
summer.
they?
I was there.
We've got a
Sweet, man.
lake property in Burns Lake. Kinda.
Nice.
Yeah. And they came out. My mom's like an old school hippie kind of. She was like one of the first social justice warriors back
Yeah,
in like
wow.
the 80s.
Yeah.
She was really
Wow.
into like
She knew her
women's
She knows her shit.
women's shit, women's
Yeah.
liberation.
Wow, good for her, man.
So
she's-
they meshed really well.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, and it was really nice actually. I really support Carm running for office and stuff if he really
Yep.
wants to. I really think
Yeah.
it's a good idea.
He's a. You know what? Honestly, like I said to Carm, I said, can I be your campaign manager? And he's just like, of course he's. So Leanne and myself are going to be campaign managers, right? So we're going to be out there and working it for him and stuff like that. But he's genuine. I mean, honestly, like I think at the end of the day, he wants the betterment for our community, and
Yep.
He's got 2 kids. He's got a beautiful wife, and they're just a gorgeous family. And if you ever have a chance to to meet their entire family, I think he's just the ideal person. Honestly, at the end of the day, I think there's 3 positions. I follow a lot of politics, like with the city and stuff like that, and I think honestly, Carm, with what we're going to do and what we're going to put together, I think Carm's I don't expect. I expect the same thing like Carm. He expects to win.
Yeah.
Which UFC fighter is going to go into a ring
Without
thinking-
expecting
without
to win.
expecting he's going
Yeah.
to win? I'm expecting. To
You've
win.
already lost if you
Yeah,
don't.
Right.
Carm's
Mm.
coming in at a minus 200 against his opponent.
Yeah.
He's got the betting odds favorite.
Yeah. Right. So.
No, but I think a question we all have to ask ourselves and ask ourselves every time we're going to vote for someone is like, why are they doing it?
Yeah.
I think we all know Carm, so that's an easy question.
Yeah,
But for
that's right.
people out there who don't know Carm,
Yeah.
you know, what would you tell them?
Well, he's got a beautiful platform. I mean, I just I spent a lot of time on the phone with him when I was driving and stuff, right? And I mean, we just kind of putting some things together and putting things down on paper and stuff like that. But the downtown, I think for Prince George is really big for Carm. You know, I mean, he's got a business down there, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and he's right in, like he's right beside
The
First
heat.
Avenue. He's right in the heat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, he's got a big heart and stuff like that, right? He walks out the door. You've been there, right? You walk out the door, and I mean, we've got the problem right in your face, man.
I train
Like,
there. I see all the time. Yeah, it's
like,
right in
so-
your face.
And I sympathize with all of the business owners that are downtown. I mean, they've put their life savings into that kind of stuff, right? And we got a situation right now that's like when my friends come into town, I always look at it like, like I got relatives in Italy and stuff like that, and they want to come to Prince George. And I'm actually embarrassed, really, to
Right.
take them downtown to.
Oh, yeah, it's
your downtown
embarrassing.
is your.
It's
For
embarrassing
sure.
to have them
Especially if they're
step
from
off
like
the
a bigger
plane.
town. Like it's like,
Yeah,
oh.
like I mean, like what? Are
I
you
mean,
gonna
like
do, man?
you
I
take
mean,
them downtown. You
it's-
go,
it's
you know, East Hastings. At least it's not that bad.
It's
Yeah,
not that bad, you know. No,
Yeah.
it's embarrassing to have people
It's-
step off the plane and smell the eggs,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The air pollution in this
The
town.
farts.
It's so eye opening when you've been away for a while and you come back on a plane,
yeah.
and the second that the door opens on the
Yeah.
plane, you smell eggs.
As
Yeah.
soon as you come down the hill.
Yeah,
by
I
the
Right,
hill.
Nick.
that's,
And that's a
it's
little
Canfor and
less
that's all that, right?
gradual
I mean,
than the recirculated air all of a
Yeah.
sudden becoming polluted air.
but something's got to be done. And I mean, the old council, like, oh well, we've got this new place that's being built on First Avenue, and all that funding came. It came from a provincial level,
Yeah.
and then part is federally, like they get a little bit of that
Yeah.
stuff like that, right? But at the end of the day, like I was saying to Carm, I advise a lot of things, to Carm and stuff like that, right? Because I love politics, honestly.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, the structure of Canada is runs on the Liberals and the NDP and all this, and we're not really supposed to do that in provincial, in municipal kind of elections
Yeah.
and stuff like that, right? But it does kind of bleed into that, and the COVID things, and people lost their jobs, and it kind of it comes in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But something's got to be done, and I said to Carm, the worst part about it is I come from, like, I'm self-employed, right? So when I call the boss, that's me.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to go in until 10 o'clock, that's me.
It
I'm
doesn't
calling the boss.
happen.
I know what
Doesn't-
you mean.
you know what I mean? It's nice. It's a beautiful gift. I got to that point. It's a
Hey
lot of hard
boss, can
work.
I have the day off? You roll over. You're like, I guess.
Can you come in tomorrow, please? But anyways, like I say to people, like, if you just go out there and vote. I really want people to just vote. And especially Carm's got
Right.
such a respect. Like, honestly, at the end of the day, Carm and his family, they're just a great family. He's got so much respect. He's got so many, like, he's done so much. We did that thing at the
The
Lahey
park.
Tene.
Yeah, the bike
I still call it Fort Church Park, but a Lahey Tene and
with
it's
the
that park
bike.
and and stuff like- it was the
ride
whole
around.
month. The whole month was so nice, and then on that day,
Yeah.
particularly, it rained a lot and stuff
That
like that. But
sucked.
Carm is he's so good that he puts his heart on his sleeve and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And anyways, it turned out to be a good event and stuff like that. But he does things for the kids. He
Mhm.
does things for the community. He
Yep.
does a lot of things for people that are training and at his facility. And I said to Carm, I'm like, man, this place is gonna blow up. I said, your business in the next month is just gonna go off the wall. I said, because one, that you're training my daughter,
Yeah.
who's 14 years old. I just
That's a
want her
lot
to-
of trust and
That's a lot of
yeah,
trust,
that
man.
you're putting in a person.
yeah,
Yeah,
for sure, man. I'm dropping my daughter off. My daughter,
Yeah.
I want her to have those skills.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that she can defend herself, right?
Mhm.
That's why I put my trust into Carm. And Carm is such a community builder. And I, what he just did in July with the bike and the kids. And I just see Carm, and I used to say he's a beauty, man.
Yeah.
So get
No,
out there
he's
and vote for
amazing.
Carm. man.
But you look at other people who are going into city council.
Yeah.
What are their motives? Right. And I'm not sitting here trying to make conspiracy
Yeah.
theories or anything.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, I know people
Mhm.
who have made it to city council and they don't have half the amount of passion that Carm has
Yeah.
for our well-being.
Mhm.
I know people who have made it there who are just responsible people. They
Yeah.
put their name out there. They're like, I'm this person. I get this done. I do
Mhm.
this in my own life, and then
Mhm.
now they're in that position
Yeah.
for the whole fucking city. You know what I mean? Whereas, like, when I look at Carm, he's like, no, I don't want you guys to have to fucking deal with any of this shit. This is why I'm finally deciding to fucking step up.
Yeah.
You know, what else do people do aside
Mhm.
from run for city council if they
Yeah.
want to fucking have a say in what, you know, what you and I have to go through in
Sure.
the city?
Sure.
You know, so like when I see that, it's just like, I
Yeah.
like, yeah, I want to say like 5, 6, 7 years ago, I saw someone I know make it to city council off nothing. Literally nothing. Like literally a normal person that stands for the bare minimum of what we would want in life make it to city council. And then I see someone like Carm fighting for something actually important, and I'm like, how can this person not make it? You know what I mean? It's just, you know, because he's actually going to inspire us to vote for him, whereas like this other person who I'm talking, I don't want to name them,
Yeah, that's right.
they're still on city council.
Yeah.
And
I know
it's
who
just
you're
like,
talking about, but
maybe you do.
I
yeah.
do. I know. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
yeah. But
We'll
at the
talk
end of the
about it.
day, you know what? I think, you know, your audience, I think you guys got a great audience. Honestly, like I think your podcast it's a beauty.
Great.
I honestly love your
Well,
podcast.
thank you.
know what I
Thank
mean?
you.
And it's so cool because people can be themselves like we are tonight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you asked us
Yeah.
before, can I drop an F-bomb? We're like, say,
Yeah.
speak your
Literally
mind.
anything you want.
There's
We don't
no-
give a shit.
there's no
We're
sense
playing
of
other
it.
people's
Like,
music and stuff. Like,
Honestly, if you were like, I can only come on if this song plays, we
only
would
if I
play
get
it.
to say fuck.
we would play it even if there was copyright issues, like because we don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
we're not
Good.
making money off.
No,
this.
no,
This
no.
is pure
We don't care if we
passion.
get flagged
Yeah.
or anything.
Just
it would
like
be
you,
shitty
this
if
is pure
this
passion.
if this
Yeah,
episode
and
gets
that's
taken
the best.
down.
In my opinion, honestly, what you just said right there, and I think that's why Joe Rogan is actually so popular right now.
That's
when
why he
he-
went to Spotify.
When he went to Spotify, I remember that because everybody's just like, Alex Jones was saying to him, like, when he goes to Spotify, he's going to get his, you know, ripped right out and stuff like that. And he's just like, no. He goes, you know what? Spotify gave him like $100 million kind of thing.
And full reign to do
full
whatever the
range to
fuck
do what
he
he wanted
wants.
to do.
Yeah.
And of course, he brought on Dr. Robert
This is the
Malone.
last one.
It's the last
Give
one.
me a halfer.
All right.
I just need a little halfer, you know.
So
when
anyways,
when in
so
Mexico.
Dr. Robert Malone
Yeah.
and Dr. Peter McCullough, when they were on there,
Yeah.
like 2022 is going to go down as
He
one of
got
it
ripped.
was-
Yeah.
He did it, man. It was like one of the greatest things that's ever happened on a podcast. It elevated
Oh yeah,
him.
yeah.
It elevated from Joe Rogan being this to this, man. It
Yeah.
went like it just went viral.
And all
when he
those
did that, man. It was
mainstream
so- it
news
was-
sites,
It was beautiful because
they
I
thought they
love-
were hurting him.
I
They
love it
were
because it's like-
hurting themselves.
They were helping him so much.
Oh,
and hurting
dude,
themselves.
Yeah.
What they were
Yeah.
doing was, here's
Yeah.
my views. I'm gonna lose them now.
yeah.
They threw all the views they're gonna lose because CNN, everything went
Not
down.
only that, but there were people who had never heard Joe Rogan before.
Yeah, and they were
that
shooting
all
the
of a
messenger.
sudden we're like, oh,
remember that?
this is
For
what's
sure.
going on here.
But
Yeah, and they
most
were
of
shooting
those
the
people-
messenger. They're like, "Oh, that Joe Rogan, he's something else." He's like, well, like, and I was just like, I go, "Did you listen to the person that he interviewed?" And they're like, "No, but Joe Rogan," and they were just
Yeah,
like,
with the
Joe
horse
Rogan.
paste and
It's so-
the
Yeah, they were-
muscles and the bro
It
dude.
was crazy.
It's so funny
Uh,
to talk to people who
it's
have
crazy,
no
man.
idea what's going on, and what. But I heard Joe Rogan said that, and as soon as they say it, you're like, oh. I know 100 times more than
Yeah.
you do,
But
and I'm
still-
about to fucking enlighten your ass.
Oh my!
All
goodness,
press is
yeah.
good press.
Yeah.
Is the mainstay of reality in media. You know,
Yeah.
you can get lambasted, you can get fucking drugged through the mud.
Yeah.
You're eventually going to come back out of it. Like I mean, Alex Jones has
What do you
been
think we're doing?
Alex Jones has been fucking barred from everything
Oh, they
Yeah.
killed him.
you'd ever
Yeah.
imagine. Facebook, YouTube.
Yeah. Censored.
He still makes fucking crazy money on Infowars.com.
Oh yeah.
What about Andrew Tate?
Andrew Tate is in the
Yeah.
the low end of it. He's gonna
Yeah.
come right back up because
Yeah.
guess what? You just mentioned his name, and
Yeah.
you're one platform out of a million.
Yeah,
Well,
there's
plus
a lot
the
of
reason
them.
why
that
I
are
mentioned
mentioning his name
Yeah.
right
for
now.
sure,
Yeah.
but the reason
Yeah.
why I mentioned him is because when he got attacked, it was different than Alex Jones. The guy who the company who owns his domain name
Oh.
that he bought
Oh,
his
yeah.
domain name off of is like, sorry,
Disbarred
fuck you.
PayPal.
So
wow.
PayPal, fucking
Yeah,
yeah,
they
yeah,
own them.
credit cards.
so
Yeah.
so imagine
we'll
you're
delete you.
if you're Alex Jones and Facebook
Yeah.
and social media in general is like fuck
Mm.
you.
Mm.
You just have your website.
yeah,
And then you still have PayPal. You still have your payment.
He just released a
processors.
book.
But Alex Tate,
Alex
though,
Jones just released a book.
Yeah, did he?
for sure.
Yeah.
All I want to say is like Alex Tate got fucked so bad
Mm.
that like what they're showing us is like when they take you off social media,
Yeah.
now they have the power to take you off your payment
Yeah.
processing platforms and your domain name. So when you, I bought a domain name. I don't know about you guys. I
Good for
own,
you.
I
Yeah, man. That's
own,
good.
I think
Yeah.
I own switchbladeunion.com.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. What happened with Andrew Tate showed me that I don't own that.
Mm.
They
So
can take it from
if
you.
I have the wrong opinion in life,
Mm.
they can take that away from me. I don't own that, even if I paid for
Yeah,
it.
that's right.
So-
oh yeah, they'll rip you apart. Yeah.
So those domain names were all free. These
Yeah.
companies went through and bought them all,
Mm.
everything you can think of,
Mm.
and then they sell them out to anyone who
Yeah.
no one ever thought to buy switchbladeunion.com.
Yeah, it's
believe it or
crazy.
not.
Yeah.
So like I'm lucky enough that I picked a unique enough name. It sounds cool. You think it would be taken, and it's not.
Yeah.
And it's
yeah.
still they can still manipulate me and take it
Oh,
down.
Geez, man, that's all. That's what
They
it's
can
all
literally
about.
do
Right now.
anything
We're in
they want.
2022. It's all about taking
Right.
down the truth, and it's all about
Right.
taking down the conservative, the whole thing, like everything that's on the right hand side, which people are trying to talk about. Like I'm not saying that they're like the true. I'm not saying that they are the be end of all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I mean,
Be
they're
all,
just
end
as
all,
corrupt.
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just as corrupt too, and stuff like that. But I just love it when Rand Paul is just he's running over Fauci and stuff like that, and he's
That's
trying to get
The best.
he's trying to get it, man, and he's got these guys sitting on the hot seat and stuff like that. And you're exactly right. I mean, it's just like get him on that hot seat, get him like sweating and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this guy's making 450. Like I got to do a plug out there though, but you know what? Like 'cause a lot of people are like,
no,
well,
please
I
do.
don't-
Please
they're
do.
like, well, I don't have no time to read a book, and I was just like. How many times you going to Starbucks? How many times you going to Tim Hortons? And they're just like, well, we go all the time. And I was just like, $15 a month. I just read, actually, I didn't read, but audiobook read the real Anthony Fauci.
There you
Yeah,
go.
And it's like
from
the greatest
RFK
book.
Jr.
How about
It's
the Great
greatest
Reset?
book, man. The
Yeah.
greatest, that's my next one. I'm just gonna play the thing.
So
I got
that's the
20
title
credits, but
of
I'm like-
Alex Jones's new book is The Great Reset.
Is it the Great Reset?
Yeah.
Hey, why
There's
are you
two?
jumping the ship? there,
Yeah.
man?
Dude, I don't know what I was thinking.
You keep fucking around.
I
You keep
hit
fucking
it and
jumping
then
the
I
ship.
cheers to you. Sorry.
All right. Well,
Trying to get shit moving, I'm
Yeah.
trying to get people to follow in my footsteps.
Yeah, Robert. I think it's
Hey,
Robert Kennedy Jr.
If we're in a 100-meter dash, we just blew the gun.
Yeah.
Get back over here. Hey,
false alarm,
get over here,
false
man.
start.
Hey,
I can't remember.
Fucking
What was his
10
name?
yards,
What was his
motherfucker.
name that
Flag,
ran-
flag on the play.
What was that one guy that ran Usain Bolt or something? Like, what was his
Yeah,
name?
yeah.
what about him?
His name was Usain Bolt.
Yeah.
Usain Bolt?
What
Yeah,
about
you
him?
you said it right.
Oh my god.
He won the 2012 Olympics outright. Like,
Didn't
Holy
he
shit.
shot his girlfriend or something? Though?
No, that wasn't-
that's Oscar Pistorius. The guy with the
Yeah.
Blade Runner.
Yes,
legs.
the Blade Runner guy.
Yeah.
yeah. He was just
I
like,
feel
he
racist just for mixing that
didn't
up.
know what was going on.
He-
but
he's in the
just like, I saw a
Special
shadow
Olympics.
and he shot a shadow. And I'm like,
All
No,
right,
no, no,
so let's
And
not relate
his
to
girlfriend
that then.
was like
a
locked her.
model.
He his girlfriend locked herself in the bathroom and he shot through the door,
thinking it was
thinking
someone
it was
other
an
than her.
intruder.
What the hell are you doing? She's a model.
And he's like, literally,
Hey. She was a model.
yeah. And he's some cyborg from 2035 or something
I know.
that's like running in the 12
He's the
Olympics.
Terminator. He's like,
He's a
I
Terminator.
see you.
Have
Yes,
you
he was a
seen those
Terminator.
where you get your legs amputated, but you have a blade
Yes.
that's like shaped like
Well,
a
that's him. He's a
sickle?
Blade
That was
Runner.
him. He's a Blade
And
Runner.
he runs with the backward.
Bro, I
it's
seen the-
cheating.
I seen the Blade
It's
Runner
cheating,
sequel.
motherfucker.
I seen the Blade Runner sequel.
I'm gonna get a treadmill just attached with like the bottom's gonna like a fucking straight. Yeah.
I think he's
Sign
in
me
prison.
up. Give
Is
me
he
my
actually in
medals.
prison, that guy, but-
Yeah, I think
He
he's in
actually
prison.
went to
Yeah.
prison.
Oh yeah. No one believed that story.
No.
No one believed. You shot through the fucking door of your own bathroom. He's like, I thought it was an intruder.
Especially when Jim Jim
The
Jeffries.
FBI believed him.
Yeah,
The FBI ain't
yeah,
good
yeah.
for fuck all.
He's from South Africa. They fuck around there. Yeah.
You fucking bitch.
You fucking bitch.
The best one is we're just gonna raid Mar-a-Lago.
That
Remember
new
what
one.
happened? Hey,
Yeah,
did
yeah.
you see that? They had all the files out there on the floor, and they were just like files like Trump actually. He knew that they were gonna actually come in and raid Mar-a-Lago, right?
Yeah.
he
Oh,
was
I'm
just
sure
like-
he knew.
Oh, yeah,
well
he
in
did, man. I
advance,
mean, but
yeah.
Hillary Clinton had all those on her actual.
Hillary Clinton should have been
She-
raided
No one gave a
years ago.
shit.
And no one ever
She-
did.
I know, and they didn't investigate.
But
her.
they still
It
have
shows
it.
you where the power is in this
Someone-
country, no matter,
someone's dropping
no
it.
matter
Obama.
who's president.
You go back
Yeah.
to Obama, and Obama had so much
The
stuff.
Pizzagate shit.
The Pizza Gates and
Yeah.
everything, did that, and he should have had declassified stuff like that.
Now they-
Nobody ever went to
Hold on, hold
Obama's
on.
house.
This person just said you don't have a leg to stand on with this argument. I'm sorry, you
On
have to
which
be a
one?
little more clear.
On which
We've
one?
been through like
On,
10 different
Mar-a-Lago?
things.
He's
Like, what are we
he's
doing?
talking about the no
Which one,
way, the Pistorius. It's probably a joke.
Which one?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. If you're
Oh.
talking about that, like
Oh,
you
okay.
know, there is like satire on this show, right?
He's fun.
Like,
Hey, don't talk shit about our fucking audience. They're fun.
I will because
Yeah.
this guy's a fucking retard.
Hey,
anyway,
no,
sorry.
he's
I
fine,
mean, I'm
dude.
sorry, dude.
That's our bro.
What did he-
Blade legs, bro.
He's-
Okay,
That's
maybe you
what I
are,
was
bro.
talking about. Chill the fuck out.
You talking about blade legs, then okay. All right.
Blade legs are good, okay?
He's
All right.
making a pun about not having legs. and you're
Oh,
I
like,
didn't
Fuck
know what he
you.
was talking about.
Fuck you.
Hey, Fuck you.
He's
Hey,
like,
I love you,
fuck
bro.
you, Trudeau.
I
Me-
looked
me and
over.
you. I'm gonna send you a shirt.
I looked over and I just saw you and Alex are full of shit. And I was like, oh fuck.
No, that's not what he said. He
No.
said you don't have a leg. We're
No.
talking about a dude with no legs. And you don't have a leg to stand. It's called a pun.
Sorry, bro. You got me
This is called
right
a pun.
over my head.
Yeah.
Right over my head. Sorry, bro.
Damn you, tequila.
Hey,
No, damn you.
Tristixel JC, you got me. I'm sorry.
So, anyways, so what we're gonna say is anyone that comes on the show, I'm gonna draw a line in the sand.
Yeah.
all right.
I'm gonna
do
draw a
it.
line in the sand.
All right.
Tequila and
Anyway-
t-shirts.
Draw a line in the
anybody
tequila?
Anybody that gets invited to your guys' show, honestly, from this point on, what are we on? Number 30?
24.
28.
28.
28?
28.
8 is actually good.
It's a good number. It's a
28.
good round
It's a good
number.
28.
Both
That's a
good.
lucrative number.
It is
double
a lucrative
round.
number. So I'm just gonna cut the line in the sand right
Yeah.
now. Anybody that comes on this show, you come, you
You
bring some
come.
stuff. Well, yeah, that coming is
You
that's the
come.
yeah, that's fun stuff, right? I mean, but anyways,
And
You
then-
come,
come,
you come before you get here.
But
you
what
come
was the
before you get
second
here.
part of your
Coming good.
statement?
But anyways, if you show up on this show, I honestly think that you come in with a bottle.
Yeah.
Like let's try it out. I mean, there's got to be some rules.
Oh yeah.
I mean, why not?
I mean,
You should bring a bottle on the
Yeah.
show, like and it should
Carm
be
does.
yours.
Carm
I know
does.
Carm does.
Yeah.
And Carm's he's a good man. That's why.
Yeah.
Carm's our best guest.
Right. So I think honestly that night you should bring your best. You should bring your best drink.
Yeah.
And you bring a gift for the boys.
I think we should also bring a gift for the guests because
No.
they're helping us. Too.
No.
It's not a one-way
You
street.
guys have done the podcast. You guys
Yeah.
have gone that.
We've
extra line.
established our platform.
That's right. So whenever you guys do that, it should be, you know what? You come to this show. If you've been invited to this show, you come and you show. And to my and I'll tell you another story here. So we were traveling across. We were on our way to Winnipeg, right? So we end up hitting the Manitoba.
Yeah.
So we're getting close, right? And so Dominic, big shout out to Dom. He's a beauty. So Dom goes, "Oh man, we got to show some respect. We got to go down to the legislate in Manitoba, right?"
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I
yeah.
said to him, "I'm like, yeah, for sure, man. Like, let's go down there and what's down there?" And I said to him, "I'm like, what's down there that we have to show respect? Because Italians are like European people are like all about respect, right? I mean, you're about respect too.
You show me the
That's why you're a good
respect.
man. Yeah, absolutely. Right? So we're heading down that way, and it's funny because I'm driving the truck and I got a trailer. I got a 27-foot trailer
Yeah.
in the back end. You know what I mean? Like, so it's a little bit hard to navigate through downtown Manitoba, right? Like, so we're coming through downtown, and I said to Dom, I'm like, okay, where are we going, man? He's just like, to the legislate.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, let's go down there. What's down there? And he's just like, well, there's a native lady. Her name is Sipico. And I got a picture.
Sipico.
Yeah, I'll show you the picture afterwards, right? But she is a beauty. I'm telling you, man. So what this lady did, the Pope came into Canada, right? I don't know if you guys know this, but
Nope.
she came into Canada and
She?
He.
Anyway,
The
sorry.
Pope.
Yeah, sorry. The Pope come into Canada, and Sipico was in the stands.
Yeah.
She was in the, they had all the seats and stuff like that. And so he come in, and he wanted to apologize for all the residential school and all the kids that they discovered in Kamloops and all that.
We
kind
sort
of
of
stuff.
raped
And
the
stuff like that,
kids.
right?
She wasn't into that. She's like, fuck
She
you.
was, she's a truther, like myself and yourself, because you guys are in now. You guys know what's going on, anyways. But anyway, so she was in the stands, and so Sipico was listening, and here's the Pope. The Pope was talking about everything that was happening, and everybody, residential school, like all that kind of stuff that was happening. The government was trying to get rid of them. Like, let's be honest. Come on, not they're putting you out on a reserve.
Yeah.
They know that the alcohol, they know that the drugs, they want you to kill within, right? I mean, let's be honest, right?
They want you to get mad at each other.
That's right. And then
them.
fight with inside, and then next thing you know, shit goes wrong and everything goes sideways, right? And that's kind of what's sort of been happening. And my heart goes out to all and any of the residential school, any of those people that
it's
actually
scary
discovered that kind of stuff.
How much they could have got away with back then.
They did, man.
Scary,
It was horrible. But anyway,
Yeah.
so they had the Pope up there, and Sipico was in the stands, and
Sipico sounds like an emperor from like old times.
man,
or something.
she's-
Also
she's
sounds like an
She's
energy
beautiful.
company.
yeah, she's beautiful. No, she's not an energy company. But anyway, so
I'm just kidding.
So anyways, what happened was she was in the stands, and they were doing the apologies and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So the Pope was apologizing, and some of the higher ups in the native, the
Chiefdom.
the chiefs and
Yeah.
everything like that, they actually put on the headgear.
The
on the
headdress.
Pope.
Oh, dude, I was just at the powwow. Fucking headgear left and
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
So they put the headgear
Yeah.
Mhm.
on the Pope,
And what does that mean?
and it's basically saying that that's like the highest.
They're giving him respect.
They're giving him respect, right? So
And what you're trying to get at is a lot of people didn't agree with that.
yeah, so Sipico didn't agree with that big
And-
time, right? She
and
was
neither
just
did
like,
I.
"There's no
Because he touches
freaking
the
way."
kids.
No, yeah, you got that
Well, I
right.
mean,
man.
like, you and I
There's a
don't
lot
have
of
to
stuff.
be First Nation to.
You don't have to be First Nation to figure that
agree
shit
or
out, man.
disagree with that. And,
Yeah, man,
I
there's-
disagree with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of shit that went on
Yeah.
with that there, and you know what? And so she, out of the goodness of her heart and the Lord above, she actually got up out of her chair and she walked up and she said to the Pope and to the Mother Clan and everyone, she said, like, you take that off his head. right
I get
now."
that. I get that.
Take it
And
off
that's
right now.
symbolistic.
I agree.
But
Right?
this Pope here and today,
Yeah.
he's fucking changing the way shit goes. He's accepting gay rights.
Yeah.
And that's something that no Pope has ever done before.
No, and he was actually
Right.
advocating for the COVID shot.
And not only that, but like
he was.
only
Yeah.
fucking 40 years ago or something,
Yeah.
Native Americans, what we would call First Nations in Canada,
Yeah.
weren't considered actual humans.
Yeah.
Like until 80 something
Yeah.
or whatever. It was like fair game to kill them still. Like I'm pretty
Sure.
sure in the 1800s you were given money if you killed a
a
fucking
native. Yeah,
a
for
native-
sure.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
a
man.
bounty.
Yeah, it was crazy.
on,
But
on
anyways,
their fucking scalps.
she
Like,
took it
yeah.
upon herself and
But,
just said, like, this is
you
wrong,
know,
man. This is wrong.
In this day and
wrong.
age, I think it's just too late to the party. You know what I mean? When people
Sure.
want to,
And
when people want to,
but
like,
at
when
this
someone
stage also at what degree are we virtue signaling when we could all just accept that we were wrong in the past and we can
Well, the white man's done a lot of harm.
trajectory
The white
of
man
our
did do a lot of
trajectory,
harm.
right.
I think the religion that he stands for is what divides people.
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
particular. Like
And I'm
it's the
Catholic.
one-
I was growing up Catholic, and what they're doing right now, I think is dividing lots of people, and that's what I think
Sure.
would happen. The good thing that he did is he came to Canada and he tried to apologize. The problem is they actually the ancestors of wherever the region was at that particular time, they put the headgear on the Pope,
Yeah,
And
Sip-
people didn't like it.
and Sipico
And that-
walked up and just basically said, take that off of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta,
like,
you can't do that.
Sipico
why would
sounds
you
like
put that on
Seneca or something.
Sipico
like,
is beautiful,
Yeah.
man. I mean, this
the
lady
name
here-
though, the name, it sounds like a Seneca,
Yeah.
like an old emperor of
Yeah,
like
man, she's
old
so
Rome.
powerful.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody out there that has never done a sweat and stuff like that, man, I got the video, man. I'll show you guys afterwards.
Right.
Here, but she invited us into the teepee, and you know where the teepee is?
It's Sweat Lodge.
Sweat Lodge, yeah.
Yeah.
It's the sweat
Oh,
lodge,
well,
but you
where?
know where it is?
Where?
It's on the legislate on Manitoba grounds. Like, if
Okay.
you
Yeah,
look-
it's right on there.
dude,
Just to
Dude.
make sure they're okay with it.
dude, they can't remove it. So
Yeah.
we walked in there. I took my shoes off out of respect, and then I took my socks off, and I
Yeah,
walked into the sweat lodge. It was the greatest thing. Like I'm
Yeah.
Catholic, but
I've
I'm
never
telling you,
done
man,
it.
It is the beautiful.
Growing
She
up,
did a gorgeous job. She blessed the earth,
Yeah.
the fire, the wind, and then she blessed the water, and it was just, oh man, I'm telling you, man.
So-
it was so
so just
it
real
was
quick,
awesome, man.
I've
It was like- it was
grown
beautiful.
up. I did high school in Burns Lake.
Yeah.
I had
Oh,
lots
Burnsy.
of native friends.
Yeah.
They've my one friend told me he travels. It's a different place every year, but it's called the Sundance, I believe.
Yeah.
It's a native
Sounds familiar.
powwow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and people will like put hooks in their skin, tie it to a tree, and like
Yeah.
run and like
Yeah.
tear
A
their
little
skin.
extreme. Yeah.
And it's symbolistic. It's symbolistic to like break free of your bonds of like human
Yeah.
existence or something.
Mhm.
He told me that he was sitting in a sweat lodge and everyone's kind of chanting or like recanting a kind of like a saying or a hymn, and there's like a floating orb which is considered like the spirit, a spirit that people
Oh, man.
are like collectively seeing this ghost
Yeah.
in better
Yeah.
terms.
As you said that.
Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
We got
Yeah.
some
But
flashes.
he said that there was like a ball of light, like a
Yeah.
spirit that would float around the sweat lodge or something. And I never went there. And he told me, and we grew up together since we were 13 or something.
Yeah.
And I'll believe him for sure.
Yeah. You got a soda there for me? I'm getting a little bit drunk.
Dude, we're running out. Do you got one for me too?
Oh, I
I'm
got
all
lots.
out.
I got lots.
Thank you.
We're wrapping
Yeah.
here.
You know
We
what?
are
We're
in
in
the
extended
last 10
time.
minutes,
We're-
probably.
Are we in the last 10 minutes? Because
Probably, yeah. I mean, if we want to be,
We have nothing
if
but
we want to
time.
be, no one needs to cut us
We're,
off. But
we're
right
six.
now. We're deep
but
right now.
we
If
are
you're-
2.5
if you're into
hours
it,
in.
yeah.
So I mean, like literally,
Are we 2.5 hours? Oh my god! Wow.
we
This is
are
fun. This is
2.5
actually-
hours exactly 2 seconds ago.
Wow.
Cheers.
Salute.
We literally
Salute.
just hit that moment.
Wow.
So,
how's your? You get? Oh man, you guys gotta follow these guys. I'm gonna tell you, man.
The guys watching us are already following us.
I know. Yeah, you guys. This is a great show, man.
Yeah. And you know what? You guys got to follow Luch. That's just it.
PG Real News, man. It's just good. You know what? But you were absolutely right when we were talking earlier. I just want to
About
bring.
what?
Well, when we were saying like like even tonight, right? I mean, like we're live, we're
Mhm.
in the raw kind of thing, and I think honestly, in my opinion, when you do what we're doing right now, that's what people are looking for, man. They just want to know.
A real conversation.
They
about
just
real
want to
things.
know. They want to know that you're real. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like when people see me and stuff like that, they're like, "Hey, Lucky."
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think it's
and
a
It's
the
just
fact
it
that we
means a
haven't
lot,
res-
man. It does. It
we
means-
don't script this,
Yeah.
and you and I are having a normal conversation,
Absolutely.
and we're having a conversation about like things that affect us, that we
Yeah.
think affect us,
Yeah.
and anyone who wants to listen to it is welcome to listen to it.
Yeah.
And here they are.
Yeah.
You know,
and
so,
you
like-
got to appreciate everyone that comes on to your guys' podcast because
Yeah.
I mean, I mean that they know you. A lot of times they they know you, you know what I mean? And they
Yeah.
just know that you, and then I'm going to tell you honestly, at the end of the day, like, I enjoyed the time that you and I actually worked together and stuff like
Dude,
that because
I enjoyed
it
it,
was a
dude.
good time.
That
It was a good time
time.
because we were just, you know,
You-
it's just, we're just real people at the end of the day. We're just
Yeah.
real people and we're just enjoying our company, each other and stuff like that. But day in and day out, we're guys at the end of the day. Like,
Do you
we're
remember
man,
when
we're-
I first started trying to go out on my own?
when you were, because
Because I'd work for you for 8 hours a day
I know.
till
And then-
4:30, and then I would go and work on my own jobs till
Yeah.
and before I went to work with you, I would train in the morning, and I would train.
Oh, I remember that.
And I would
Yeah.
train after work at the end of the day.
Oh man,
I
that
was training for a fight at the
I
same
remember
time
that.
I was trying to like build myself outside of you.
Yeah.
So I was working for him full time, and I was like, I need to build my
Yeah.
own company. So I took on other work. So it's like from 8:30 to 4:30 every day I was yours. And if you let me off an hour early, it's like,
Yeah.
sweet, I have an extra hour to work on my next job.
Yeah.
I was taking on jobs, and they started
Oh,
at 4:30 till 8:30. And then I go to judo. And then,
I know.
like,
yeah. No, you were a
dude,
destroyer back
that was
then, man.
crazy
It was
back
great.
then. Like,
You were like, and you were dedicated and stuff like that. But you can look back now, honestly, and you can look back and you can say, man, you know what?
yeah.
You can appreciate the guys that were fighting in the UFC. You know, like you can
Oh, I can
appreciate these things,
appreciate-
man.
I
Like,
can appreciate you, my boss. I can appreciate
know?
myself for what I did. I can appreciate like other
Yeah.
people for showing me the way. And like,
yeah, man.
The biggest thing is just
Yeah.
fighting for yourself. Doesn't matter if it's for that or for whatever.
Yeah.
Like, do what you think's right. And like in this case, it was like I was working a full-time job with you,
Yeah, you're trying to pay.
and
your
then I
bills
was
and shit,
working for
right?
3 or 4 hours after work every single day on my own job,
Yeah, man.
just to try to get myself out there.
I know.
Like people don't understand how this shit works.
I know.
Like,
And that's why we always have to give them credit, because there's a lot of people that are listening to you guys right now, and they need that inspiration. They need inspiration. Whether it's coming from you or whether it's coming from Alex, whether it's coming from me.
yeah,
And I
that's
said
right.
the same thing when I was on the stage, and there's 2,500 people out in that, Camp Hope. And I just said the same thing. I'm just like, you know what? You don't have to do what I'm going to do.
Mhm.
I said, but you can do, if you want to reinvent the wheel, that's up to you. I said, but you can do what I'm doing right now. And I'm telling you, this is what I'm doing. I'm going back to Prince George. I'm going to fuck some things up, man. You know what? Because that's what I do. You know what I mean? Like, I want to be able to let people know that you don't have to be just somebody that's sitting at home and wishing that you could do that. I've lost friends, in this movement, and I've made a lot of family.
Mhm.
And I truly say that, man. I'm very humbled. When we were in Camp Hope, and I wear this bracelet right there because I don't want, it's freedom, man. I mean, I'm telling you right now, man. There was a family out there, and they're from Grand Prairie, and they're just a gorgeous family. There's from 3.5 years old. They have eight.
Mhm.
And so a lot of people are like, oh man, that, it takes a lot of money. It takes a lot of time, a lot of things to do that dedication and stuff. He had a van, and he had a trailer behind him, and they came to Camp Hope because he believes in what he's doing.
Mhm.
And he's a meat cutter up in Grand Prairie.
We need those.
You know what I mean? And I
Homesteaders
went over there and
can't
I
do
threw
it.
some money his way for gas, because that's what we do, right? Because at the end of the day, it's we're supporting each other. At the end of the day, honestly, like I would support you guys, like I'm supporting. Like,
You supported
like,
us
I love
very
you guys,
much
man, you know what I
tonight.
mean? Like, 'cause
We
I love
really
you guys.
appreciate it.
Thank
But
you
at the end of
again.
the day, man, these guys, and I got videos, I'll show you afterwards, but they just melted my heart. I got there, and these kids are like, I'm like, oh man, I got to find the bathroom. And they're like, what's your name? And I was just like, oh, I go by Lucky, because they're not going to remember Luciano. Right?
Yeah,
Like, let's be
yeah.
honest. Come on.
But people remember Lucky
But they
Luciano.
they remember that. because in
The
1930s,
ring,
like,
kiss the
there's-
fucking ring.
because they're always going to come
motherfucker.
back in life,
Yeah.
man. I'm going back to the 1930s, man. There's
Yeah.
prohibition, man.
Like,
Come on.
do you know who Lucky Luciano is, Jer?
Back in the day, man.
I
he was
just
a-
learned. Actually.
He's a mob boss, and he had that like.
Oh, that's a real.
He had the
Oh.
ring.
for real.
He had
For real.
the ring, which was like a devil face on his ring, and you'd have to fucking kiss the ring.
He's the kingpin.
Yeah.
You're a bad man.
Of New York, New York mafia.
Back in the day,
Yeah.
man.
I'm
Lucky
just-
Luciano was.
wow.
Yeah,
so you were
yeah,
the
yeah.
kingpin,
He was well known. You know what I mean? Like
He was
and
big.
you're taking
really
on
big,
his
yeah.
movement. You're like,
He
you
invested.
need to kiss the
No,
vaccination
he-
ring before you can fucking fly, motherfucker.
Yeah.
no, but you know what? The energy shifts. You know what I mean? Like, but these kids, there was 8 of them, right? So I'd wake up, they're like, oh man, I gotta find the bathroom. I don't even know, because I got in late that night, right? So I didn't know where the bathroom is. And they're just like, they're like, what's your name? I said, my name is Lucky. the rest of the weekend, they're like, "Hey, Lucky!" They're like,
Yeah.
I got a 4.5-year-old telling me like, "Hey, Lucky!" I'm like-
Hello.
and it's just like it just melted my heart. So they made me
Yeah.
this bracelet here, if you can see that.
That's awesome.
They made me this bracelet, and I've been wearing it ever since. And I just
Beautiful.
I lost it one night because I had a
Got
couple
too
too
drunk.
many. Yeah, I got too many. I
Got
got
too
too many
drunk.
drinks in there with Dom. Dom,
It happens.
it's your fault.
It's all your
What
fault,
was
bro.
the name again? Something about furniture.
What's it for?
Pure sleep.
I think it was
Pure
Perfect
sleep.
perfect sleep.
Motherfucker sells beds.
Hey,
Sleep
come at
apnea.
me, bro.
Sleep
Bro,
apnea.
I got
Sleep
I
apnea.
got blankets.
I sell
got
beds, but I
pillows.
support freedom.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
you got
so
my vote.
Anyways, but these kids were just awesome. They were just like, "Oh no, I'll show you the bathroom," and I got a
Nice.
video, and they're just like, "Freedom!" And I got them going. I was just like, "Okay, so what do you guys want?" Really, honestly, at the end of the day, we want freedom. And it was just melted my heart. But
Nice.
anyways, you know what? If
You're
you gotta
melting
stand
my
for something.
heart.
You
Yeah.
gotta.
Goddamn.
You guys are standing. Honestly, your guys' show
Yeah.
is so awesome. I love your show. I think
We really
people-
appreciate it. And
You
this
know?
is probably a great place for us to taper off on the show.
Probably.
It
Honestly.
actually is, but it's also a good time for us to say how much we appreciate.
We really appreciate you
guests
coming.
like yourself,
It's
who,
240 into it. Right?
for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. But let me be sincere.
Is it
here.
240?
240.
Shut up.
240.
No, not
Oh my-
240 as a time, but we've been going for 2 hours and 40 minutes.
For
You know what's
real.
gonna happen when they actually listen to this? They're gonna hit it on like not 1.5 speed,
Yeah,
probably
yeah.
a 2 speed. Eh? It's just
Yeah,
like,
people are gonna listen to
I don't know why
it.
I-
My
You're
girlfriend
so
told me
Chinese,
she
you're
listens
so
at
Chinese, so am I.
1.5. Yeah.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
fine. Yeah.
And when she does 1.5, actually, this is the song. Your Switchblade Union song sounds better. It sounds like almost like an electronic boom, 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 boom.
I've enjoyed my time. Honestly, you guys. I've really enjoyed my time with you
You
guys.
should try to. Hey,
I don't even
enjoyed
think
our
I didn't even
time.
know this. It was almost 3 hours. of it.
it's
We're
almost
3
3,
hours. Wow.
and it goes by like
Luch,
nothing.
We're
right?
only 20 minutes away from 3 hours, so we've
We've
Well,
broken a lot of
we-
things tonight.
we've
Jer.
beaten the dead horse.
Have we really?
No,
Oh my
no.
God.
I don't think we've beat a dead
Guys,
horse means you've
guys.
played the same fucking tune over and
Guys,
over. I don't
guys.
think we've revisited the same
I'm
tune. over and
kidding.
over.
What I'm saying,
Jer, if you'd listen to a guy, play us that Side of a Bullet song that I referenced earlier, and we'll play ourselves out.
yes,
But
sir.
Luciano,
Yeah.
I really appreciate everything that you've done, everything that you've brought. My shirt,
Man.
I will seriously represent this for the fullest for any time I have something serious
Yeah,
to
man.
do. Please tell me anytime that you're doing an actual thing, like a rally. We shout it out next Tuesday. If you ever any other things to shout out, please let us know. It's not like anyone fucking listens to our podcast.
Also,
No, they do.
next
They
time
do.
we have Carm on, we'd love to have you.
Yeah,
on.
no.
At the same time,
Yeah, man.
you and Carm, we can
love
probably do 4 hours.
That's
I think so.
solid.
I
That's
think we
solid
this
in
is 3
stone.
hours. Like you and
We just had a
Carm,
good
we
time,
got
man.
4 hours.
That's
I got
in
so much,
stone.
man.
You and
Let's
Carm
do it.
are the next time Carm comes on is with you, regardless. Next time Grandpa Dave comes on.
Oh, let's be
With
clear though.
you.
Let's be clear though. You and Carm are fighting for the next generation.
We are, yeah.
My Grandpa
Yeah,
Dave,
absolutely.
that's for fun. You know, like if we can make that happen, sure.
Bring him.
You know what? I'll never hesitate from asking you to come on while
And
while
even if
he's
he
on.
doesn't show up, we're gonna do a cutout.
He'll show up. If he doesn't show up, I have to call the cops. So are you kidding me?
Yeah.
My grandpa's gone.
He's
My
missing
grandpa
from the
didn't show up
podcast.
to my house to the podcast. Can you
I
find
invited
him,
him to
please?
the podcast. He's missing.
Yeah, that's a
Told him
fucking.
to walk his ass
I gotta
over.
call the cops if he doesn't show up. But
Hey, I gotta give a big shout out to the
Yeah.
RCMP. Honestly,
Please do.
You know what?
And anything
So we
else
hit
you
Brandon.
have.
this
We
is
hit
your time
Brandon.
for all your shout outs. So let's
right.
hear it.
So we hit Brandon, and we had a convoy of about 30. I think it was like between like 40 and 50 vehicles, right? Like so, people are like they love convoying, and so we're going across to get
When
to
you say you
Camp
hit Brandon, is that a city?
Yeah, Brandon.
He's like, that's my brother.
Yeah, well, I don't fucking know. Is
Not
this a
fuck
city?
you.
I just
Brandon,
said my
not
brother.
Fuck you, Joe.
Yeah,
Brandon. Right?
Let's
Brandon
go.
administration.
Let's
Yeah.
go, Brand. Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon. No, it's not that. but
Brandon,
we-
Manitoba.
Brandon, Manitoba. So we're in
Okay.
there, and all of a sudden, the RCMP come out, and they're just like, "Where are you guys going?" And we're just like, "Well, we're going to Camp Hope." And he's just like, "Okay, well, I'm going to support you guys, and I'm going to travel with you." So we'd go, and then all of a sudden,
Mole.
The cop?
Moly,
He's
moly,
a
moly,
mole.
moly.
Yeah.
No,
No, but
he
he
was
was
a good
actually
guy.
pretty
Just
good.
come with you guys and just report everything to my fucking.
He actually
Yeah.
traveled. He traveled with us, and then we'd get to the intersection. There was like rigs turning and all that kind of stuff, and all of a sudden, he shows up. He's right there on the corner. He's like stopping the traffic and
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so it was actually pretty good. You know, and
Out of
honestly, at the end of the
uniform.
day-
They got to build trust somehow.
Yeah,
those
at the end of the-
undercover agents.
yeah, at the end of the day, honestly, like, you know, the RCMP, and I always say, like, you know, we support the blue, even though that they had to take the inoculations. Poor guys, man.
Wasn't their
they gotta
choice.
take it.
Goldfinger says that was totally a mole. He says Switchblade Union
Yeah,
sounds better at
Switchblade.
normal speed.
Yeah,
So
that's
everything
it.
you guys are telling me is bullshit.
Yeah, it is. It is.
This Goldfinger
No.
guy knows what's up.
No, it's a conspiracy. It's a
Hey,
conspiracy.
play the 1.5 speed. It sounds
Yeah.
fucking good.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do
What,
it.
do you,
anyways,
what do you think, guys?
That
Should
guy
we end
sounds
it
like
here?
a fucking mole.
Honestly,
yeah, I think we're
gonna have you on again, so to never
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah,
you didn't
yeah,
say
yeah.
enough.
Yeah,
Like you're gonna
man,
have a
it's good.
whole nother episode.
Honestly,
to fucking,
it's better to leave him fucking asking for more than to wring the
Exactly,
towel
Luch.
dry.
Don't
Yeah.
bleed yourself dry on this episode.
Yeah.
These guys
There
are
we go.
beauties, man. These guys are beauties,
and
man.
you know what? Because of what Alex said,
Side of a bullet.
side of a
Do
bullet.
it.
We're gonna end on that song
Luch,
tonight
I
with,
really
with a
appreciate it.
copyright infringement.
Yeah, we already got one from that other song. Who cares?
Yeah, no, I don't care. That's how much we care.
The old copy
Hey,
infringement.
we really
Oh, man,
appreciate
you know
it.
what?
Thank you so much.
I love you guys, man.
Thank
you so
much.
I've always said your guys' podcast. You guys are only 28 deep.
Hey, 28
You guys are
deep.
28 deep.
You're
man.
number
That's awesome.
28.
And now
Get
you're
over
in
it.
I
there.
think 28, man.
I
That's
really
awesome.
appreciate it.
You know,
Hell
28
yeah.
is a good number.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
it is.
What?
No,
It
yeah.
is a good number.
Lucky 28.
Oh, Davey. Hold on, guys.
No, man.
Davey,
Yeah.
come
We
over.
got, we got
Davey.
Big D.
We got
These
Ask
guys are
Davey.
beauties, man.
He wants to swing his D. Oh, we're down with you.
Oh, Davey ran away.
Oh,
Okay.
well.
All right,
Let's
we won't
sign
do
it
it.
out. Ladies and gentlemen,
Woo!
this has been a fucking dick kicker of a goddamn episode. We're
Overtime.
yeah, we went into overtime. I'm Alex. He's Jer. For Luciano, it's a goddamn Crowded Room podcast episode. We'll see you next
Thank
week
you for showing up.
at 7.
Lucky you're Toronto. Love it.